Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the first live stream that we are going to be doing for South Africa and Argentina in the Rugby Championship. Should be a very exciting contest, and it will be a very important match because we just saw a little few hours ago that the All Blacks were able to get a monumental win over the Wallabies, their biggest on New Zealand soil in a long time, if not the biggest ever, I think it was. So that means that both of these sides are going to have to pour on the pressure, pour on the points, and see who is going to be able to get their first points on the board for the Rugby Championship. If you are excited for this match and you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's going to be hugely appreciated. Everyone tuning in for this live commentary. And at this stage now, we will go through the starting lineups and reserves for both of these sides, and they are both very talented. But first, of course, we will look at the live table as it is sitting at the moment. We will move us over to the side. The All Blacks are sitting on 5 points, got the full 5 that was available for them in the game up against the Wallabies. They were able to have a points differential of plus 35 as well. Very strong at the start of this one. As you can see there, you get a bonus point for being 3 tries or more ahead of your opposition. So that will be exactly what both of these sides will be trying to build on in this game. Should be a very exciting one, that is for sure. I thought that possibly after the British and Irish Lions tour, we weren't going to be getting up for any more games in the middle of the night, but I decided this game's going to be a big one, and hopefully it will deliver, and we get to see a lot of points. Indeed, we have got people in the chat at the moment. We have got there, will the game be shown? Says Leah. Unfortunately, due to the licensing side of it, if we were to show any match footage or audio, we will get taken straight off YouTube. So I do apologize for that in advance. But yeah, I wish I was able to show it. But yeah, we will get just taken straight off. But we have got there, hey, Hamish, hope you got a bit of sleep, says Katie Dixon. I think I was the same as a lot of you guys I've seen in the chat as well. Decided not to go to sleep before this game. And in the end, I ended up trying to fix those microphones. As you guys know, or some of you know from an earlier live stream, I did try and get some new kind of little mini microphones that hopefully we'll be able to work throughout these later live streams, but didn't quite get them set up to the way that I would have liked to. So we are just with the headset for this one, and me and George hopefully will be able to test them out in a future live stream. Me excited for this one. Blocked by 17, I say as well, says Sebastian. And I think for my score prediction, I said it was going to be anything between maybe sitting at, I think it said Box by 8 or Argentina by 4 were my two little predictions that I had. But we will look at the starting lineup for the Springboks. Of course, they are resting a few of their players after that big win for the British and Irish Lions series that they were able to get. It is Oxnard, also Joseph Dweber, and then it will be in at the number 3, Jersey Lowe. So they have got a very strong front row here for the Springboks. But then you look at that second row, I should say, Eben Etzebeth and Lud de Jager. That is a perfect combo to have in this tough match up against Argentina. Looking at the flankers that they have decided, or the loose forwards. My brain's not working. It is currently 3 a.m. here in New Zealand, but they have decided to go with Sia Khaleesi, the captain, Kwaha Smith at 7, and then Jasper Visa will be starting at number 8. Kobus Reinach going to be starting at 9. That is because of that injury of Fuf de Klerk a little while ago in the British and Irish Lions tour. Elton Yankees starting at 10. Now, here's one that I don't know. He's kind of a 50-50 split. Some people are glad to see him in that number 10 jersey. Other people want to see him completely gone. But Apalele Fasi, a man who a lot of people do want to see in that number 11 jersey, left wing side, he is going to be dangerous early on in this match. Francis Steyn and Jesse Krill make up the midfield. So no sign of either of the men who were in that last match for the British and Irish Lions tour, which was Damien de Allende and also Lucanio Arm. Then it is going to be out on the other wing, Nkosi, who will be starting at 14. And then Damien Valimza will be the man who closes out that starting lineup for the Springboks, and it's looking pretty decent for them, I have to say. And this is going to be a hard side to beat for Argentina. But then, talking about Argentina, I should say, it is going to be in the number 1 jersey. It is Titas Chaparro, also Julian Montoya at 2, and then Gomez Cordella will be at 3. So it's a very strong front row for them as well. And that is one thing that Argentina pride themselves on, and that is a strong physical 4-pack. And that is exactly what they're going to have to use in this one. Guido Petty and Marcos Crema going to be the 2 locks for this one. Then it's going to be Pablo Matera in the number 6 jersey. Number 7, Fukando Isa and Rodrigo Bruni. So it's going to be a good battle with the loose forwards between these two sides. Felipe Escura going to be starting at 9. Nicolas Sanchez at 10. So it is a very nice combo, and it has been working for them well. They haven't gone with Kupeli in the number 9 jersey, though. I'm not sure whether or not that is due to injury or something along those lines, but he is not there at 9. Then it is going to be Geronimo De La Fuente starting at 12, and Santiago Chocoberes, going to be the combo in the midfield. Then you've got Matthias Moroni at 11, Batista Delgi out on the other wing, and Santiago Carreras. He ended up getting a red card in one of the Wales games, but at this stage he is going to be back, and he is going to be rearing to go in that number 15 jersey as well. We will quickly read all of the chat while we are at it, and we have got in there the game is going to be kicking off in only 15 minutes time as well, I should mention. So we aren't too far away at all. We have got not sure about this one for the Boks. Been a hard British and Irish Lions tour, says Hanger. And that is one thing. They have changed a lot of men in the starting lineup for themselves and also off the reserves bench. So it's one of those ones. They haven't got Faf de Klerk. They haven't got Vermeulen. Of course, those are two players who are out due to injury. Also, Peter Steph Toy out due to injury as well. They were losing a lot of players in a hurry. The British and Irish Lions were just taking it to them week in, week out, and it was a very physical tour. And that they have also decided to rest the likes of Mornay Steyn in that number 10 jersey. No sign of Andre Pollard either. Willie LaRue, Cheslin Colby not there. They have got a lot of players missing for the Springboks. That is why it is the perfect opportunity for Argentina to try and pounce on that momentum we have got there. Not sure about, or we have got in there. Sorry, how's it, Hamish? There's Carl Peterson. Welcome into the live stream, mate. It is good to see you. We have got Hamish, who you got scoring the first try. It's a hard man not to say for Apalele Fassi, I've got to say. He is just one of those players who can well and truly cut open a game out on the wing early on in this one. Going to be marked up by, I believe it will be Batista Delgi. So I think he will struggle a little bit in that regard. So I think I am going to say that it will be Apalele Fassi scoring this one. I have to say a bit odd for me to support the Springboks, but it's not bad at all, says Sebastian. And also we have got Vamos Los Pumas from BKR Sport. And also great to see that, says Hanger. And also I'm new. I'm so new to rugby that the rivalries aren't so important to me like they are to others, says Katie. Yeah, I am the same. I only recently started following, I think it was actually the Tri-Nations last year was the first time I had seen Argentina play in an extremely long time. Absolutely love the passion that they were showing. They had a very close Tri-Nations with New Zealand and also with Australia. And I will mention some of the previous results here for Argentina while we are at it. They had a game up against Romania where it was a close one, 24 points to the 17, but they were able to get that win in the end. Very close game between them and Wales for the first of their July internationals. That is for sure, 20 all between those two sides. Then we saw them run away with the third game, 33 points to the 11 in the end. Very impressive from Argentina to fight back in that one up against a young Welsh side, but they showed plenty of dominance when it came to that four-pack and also to that back line. So it's going to be exciting to see what they can do in this game up against a very physical defense in the Springboks. We're talking about the Springboks. We see that one of their games against Georgia was cancelled, but the first game back since the World Cup, they were able to win it 40 points to 9. Then the 3 test series up against the British and Irish Lions. The first one went the way of the Lions. The second one, more comfortable for the Springboks. And then the third, very close matchup. And of course, Mornay Steyn is a name that comes to mind when you think of that last match with that closing kick that was able to get South Africa the win of the series. The first time a side has lost the first game to come back and win the series since 1989. So very impressive from them there. And also, I had to do a little bit of digging, and I found out that these two sides played each other in the Rugby Championship in 2019. First game going to South Africa, 46 points to 13. But then the second game, a bit closer, it was 24 points to the 18. So it's one of those ones that these two sides have played off, and either, I think it could be, these two results don't seem a mile off for me. It's either going to be a runaway for the Springboks if they can assert some early dominance, or it's going to be a close game. And neither side are going to be budging, and we're going to go right down to the wire in this one. We also got there Texas here as well, says Hanger Rat. And also, hey, Katie, hoping for a good game here. But we'd love to see the Argentines sneak something or something for a bit of a shock. Still hurting for the Wallabies' performance today, though, as well, says BKR Sport. And we have also got their bockies for our RNZ rivals. England is Wallabies' rivals, as well, says BKR Sport. And we have also got there, I recently learned that the Springboks that are considered New Zealand or AB's rivals, when all this time I was thinking it was the Wallabies. We love being a baby rugby fan, or I love being a baby rugby fan, and learning all the time. That's the thing as well. With the Bunnings NPC, it is one thing. I have learned so much about New Zealand rugby in the past kind of 12 months, because I hardly knew anything before that as well. And Neville has said Pumas will win this test match, and I think if they have got the best chance for the Pumas to be able to beat the Springboks is in this first matchup, because the fact if the Springboks lose this one, I think they will be put in, or even if it's close, they will be putting out probably close to a full strength squad in the next match. And that is going to be taking place next week as well. And then they are heading to Oz for the third matchup as well. And we have Oscar. That's why I need people like you. And Hamish, mate, you're the best as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got there, how about that we are literally neighbours as well, says Katie Dixon. But at this stage, we are only going to be sitting 10 minutes away from kickoff. I'm hyped up for this one. I feel like I'm hoping it's a high-scoring one like we saw between the All Blacks and the Wallabies. Of course, in that game, 57 points to 22 to the All Blacks. There were a lot of tries being scored, 8 for the All Blacks, 3 for the Wallabies. And just having a quick look at the table for the Rugby Championship, New Zealand are going to be sitting in first. They got that bonus point for being 3 or more tries ahead, which is exactly what both of these sides will be aiming for. To be honest, though, I think if anyone can get that bonus point for being 3 or more ahead, I think it would be the Springboks in this one. But I think Argentina are more likely to win a close game. I think is my prediction. And we have also got there, it's a double round robin for this one. So every side is going to play every other side twice. So first, we have seen New Zealand playing Australia. They're going to be playing twice. South Africa taking on the Pumas twice. And then it does switch around, and it will be New Zealand taking on Argentina, South Africa taking on Australia, and then it will be the final ones in those finals rounds, which are going to be New Zealand taking on South Africa for the 100th Test match between the two sides, and also Argentina taking on Australia. And of course, last year we saw 2 draws between those two sides, so it could go either way. And that is why it is going to be extremely exciting. But they are at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Unfortunately, still not able to have a crowd in South Africa at the moment, which is something that, of course, they would have absolutely loved to be able to do. But we saw a big win for the All Blacks in that first matchup, so that gives them first place. So it is a big question of who is going to be second after this one. A draw at this stage, 2 points for a draw would really not help either side, though. Both sides need to be chasing that win, chasing the bonus point as well, perhaps. I'm going to head off now. Got to be up for a 9 a.m. start for Yankees and White Sox stream of almost Los Pumas as well. We will see you later, mate. And we have also got there, have a good one, mate. Happy baseball, says Katie. And also Springboks need to dig deep to win this one. Pumas are strong, says Blocks. And that's one thing. The Pumas just don't give up. It is going to be Michael Checker on their coaching staff, of course, for this game. He was only doing stand sport commentary a couple of weeks ago, but they are just showing the starting lineup for Argentina. I will do the same while we are reading through a bit more of the chat as well. But this is the starting lineup that Argentina have decided to go with. I would say they're close to full strength in this match, if I'm not wrong. Of course, they're probably missing a few players that they would like to have, the likes of maybe having a Thomas Kubeli at number 9, but Felipe Escura, still a very capable player, I should say. I do apologise in advance for me slurring a few of my words. It is currently sitting 3 a.m. here in New Zealand. Normally have a little sleep before these live streams, but I decided to just go straight through. And now I will probably pay for it later on for this one. Nervous for this one as well, says Gareth. And we have got All Blacks to win the Rugby Championship, says Carl. Big thing there, though, is for the All Blacks to win the Rugby Championship, I think Argentina need to win this first game up against South Africa to just help us out in that regard. Argentina to win by 2 to 5 points as well, says Chris. See, that's interesting. My prediction was going to be Argentina by 4 or the Springboks by 8, I think is the two that I decided. Vamos Springboks, giving them a hiding as well, says 8, and then we have what's got there. In the chat, we have got a little bit on. We have got Jan Fenter has said, hey, everyone, welcome into the live stream. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are just going to be looking now at the Springboks starting lineup. They have gone with a lot of changes from last match. Abalele Fasi and also Nkosi out on those 2 wings. Perfect combo in terms of the pace game. And it's going to be very exciting to see what they can do. Then you've got Francis Stein, and also it will be Jesse Krill in the midfield. Now, those two are actually very good working together as well for the Springboks. Elton Yankees at 10, that's still a 50-50. People seem to not be completely behind that idea of having Elton Yankees at number 10, but could go all right. We will have to wait and see. Eben Etsebev and Ludiaga as well is another combo that I am extremely excited to see working together in the lock pairing. And then Kolisi, Kwaha Smith, and also Jasper Visa, another or 3 very capable players, I should say. Looking at the benches, though, I haven't actually looked at them yet for this lineup, and it is going to be very interesting. Malcolm Marks, also Trevor Nakanye, Vincent Koch, all very capable players. Marvin Ori, also Van Starren. Dupre are going to be the replacement number 9. Or sorry, he's actually going to be not the replacement number 9, because they have got Herschel Yankees, who is going to be having the replacement in Morne Stain off the bench as well. Bertrano Alemano, Lavanini Medrano, and I think Domingo Mayotti for Argentina could be a decent shout as well for being a capable player. I keep on saying capable. That's the word of the day at the moment, capable. And that is exactly what all of these players are. All very talented, all very hungry to be able to get a win and get the first win for their sides in the Rugby Championship. We have got good evening, brother Robbie the Murray, listening to you from Perth, still buzzing after the AB game. Keep up the good work as well, says Robbie. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate. What time is it in Perth at the moment? I believe, if I'm not wrong, maybe you're sitting at midnight, or are you one more hour behind? Do let me know. And we have got the Nelson Mandela Bay in Port Elizabeth. Is a mesmerizing stadium. Had the opportunity to see it live in 2018, and it is enormous. It looks huge and deep at this stage. It's just not the same without the crowd, I have to say. But hopefully we do get to see crowds in Australia for those games that are coming up. We are going to get to see Argentina taking on the All Blacks, and also the Wallabies taking on the Springboks. They are being welcomed at the moment, or they're not really being welcomed. He just did the throat slit towards the Argentine players. I don't know whether or not they would have been expecting that in the UK here, says Dwight. And also we have got the 11 p.m, says Robbie. So it is, or it's not a too bad time to start a game of rugby, I guess, in that regard. And we have also got there in the chat. Good evening, brother Robbie. Also, I read that one and we obviously got there. I honestly thought the Bledisloe Cup games didn't count as the Rugby Championship. The first one does not, but this game here, it did. So it is the second and the third games of the Bledisloe Cup count as the Rugby Championship. And then from there, because of the format, it is the factor of all of these sides playing each other twice. So it's one of those ones that Australia are going to be playing Argentina and the Springboks twice. And we have got the match between the All Blacks and the Wallabies in a couple weeks' time. And then from there, we are into seeing exactly who is going to be winning this Rugby Championship. Going to be exciting. 5 p.m. here, says Carl Peterson. So a nice time for a kickoff. They are showing Joseph Dweba here making his debut for the Springboks. He's going to be buzzing out there on the field at the moment, but going to win easily, says the Lofted Luke. And also we have got there, can't wait to see the All Blacks on the 28 here in Perth. Do let me know your score prediction, Lofted Luke, as well while you're at it, because of the fact that, yeah, it seems to be the kind of popular opinion that the Springboks are either going to be able to run away with this one or it's going to be a very close one. Do let me know. I think they've got to assert their dominance in the 4-pack early, but that is a hard thing to do up against an Argentine side who are just dangerous with ball in hand for those loose forwards. I'm thinking back to that game against Wales. You saw the likes of Rodrigo Bruni off the back of that scrum. Also, you got Pablo Matera. He is very dangerous with the ball in hand. Fukando Isa as well. The loose forward trio is a very strong. Bertie VSM, morning, mate. How are you? Box by 5 as well. So that is a good prediction, and I'm doing very well. Thank you, mate. I didn't actually sleep before this live stream, which is why I'm probably going to crash at halftime, but we will have to wait and see how it goes. In terms of not crashing, as in falling asleep on the live stream, hopefully. But just in terms of the excitement level, but I don't think it is going to be possible to contain my excitement. I'm all over the place at the moment. To be fair, can't wait to see the All Blacks on the 28 here in Perth, as well as Chris Seo, and that's going to be a good game to see. And then in a couple weeks after that, we are going to get to see the Springboks taking on the Wallabies. I just realized that one of these emojis takes up 10 character spaces. YouTube's I just realized that one of these emojis takes up 10 character spaces. YouTube explain, as well, says Katie Dixon, 10 of them. It is an interesting one. And Bumper in the chat from Katie Dixon as well there, and Crema and Pablo as well, says Johnny Blaze. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Did you sleep in between? I think I saw earlier on that you mentioned that you weren't able to sleep, and I feel like that was the same with pretty much everyone in New Zealand. We were too hyped up for this game, but it is going to be the South African national anthem is about to be sung, and then we are going to be getting straight into the action between these two sides. Should be extremely entertaining. 30 plus to the block, and the 10s for Argentina as well, says Lofted Luke. And that is a decent shout. That is a pretty good one. Do you give them the bonus point, Lofted Luke? I will ask the question. Of course, I will show the table one more time as well. We can see the All Blacks got off to the perfect start. Their biggest win in New Zealand up against the Wallabies. And because of it, they have got a points differential of plus 35, which is absolutely huge early on in a rugby championship. And it means maybe in the back of these two sides' minds, maybe they'll look at changing their tactics, trying to find a more aggressive approach because of the fact that they need to win this game by big and they need to get that bonus point as well. We have got there. I'm a very big All Blacks fan indeed. I was named Neville after Neville Black, who toured South Africa in 1949, captained by Fred Allen. I was born a year later, and my elder brother named me Neville as well, which is pretty awesome indeed. And we have got there. Make sure Kieran stays near you during this stream, so if you fall asleep and stuff out of the chair, you can fall on him and not bust your head open on the desk or the floor. That's a good shout. Kieran is going to be with me throughout this one. You can only just see him, but he is a smiling man at the moment. He is a giant inflatable All Black for all of you who do not know. We have got I Don't Care Media in the chat as well. I said, good morning, Kiwi lad of the latest. And we have got well done, and thank you for the victory against the Aussies as well. And I think it is one of those ones, depending, I think a lot of All Blacks want to see Argentina win this one, or All Blacks fans, I should say, but I am pretty keen to see a good performance from the Springboks. You can see it in Corsi there getting emotional because of the fact this is a huge opportunity for these guys who are playing for the Springboks. You see the likes of Jaden Hendrickse actually there in the tracksuit. I don't think he's playing this game if I'm not wrong, but I could be wrong there. And 21-15 to the Pumas, brother. I think the Pumas are going to have a run on the boys. Gut feeling, followed by a TAB bet, $200, hoping to get back $3 return as well. So that's $600 on the line, Robbie. So hopefully it does go well for you, mate. And yeah, hopefully it does end up going in your favor. We have got there will be a close game, box by 36 points, or with 36 points as well, says Johannes. And also we have got Lucas here, confident in the box. They will bring home the win. They played really well against the British and Irish Lions. Yeah, they played very well throughout those games, 3 of them. And they were pretty close as well. But that second game, I think it really showed the old Springbok side that we were expecting. And then that last one, I think it was just a case of both sides feeling a little bit of that pressure. It was extremely close, 16 points. And then in the end, 19 for the Springboks. Mornay Steyn able to nail the last one. It is going to be Andrew Brace of Ireland who will be in charge of this match. And we are now only going to be moments away from the kickoff. I will mention, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new, because we are going to be here for the match next week as well between these two sides, going right into the matches that are going to be taking place between South Africa and the All Blacks a little bit later on. We have got to agree the blocks might lose, are going to be close, 28-18 for Hangarat, and we have got 9 a.m. in the high desert. Sorry, the sun is shining, the tank is clean, the crops are watered, the wicket's snatched as well. There's Katie, and we have got there, we have got in there, Johnny Plays has put something. I'm not too sure what that says, but I know that the last word is not that great, so I'm not sure whether I can say it. United 1-5-1, and all I need is the box victory to make my weekend. Lag as well, says I don't care media, and we have got 25-21 Argentina next week box for the 35-25, but at this stage now we are getting very close to the kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be the Springboks kicking off from right to left here it is Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, I should say, and we are now underway. Elton Yankees kicks this one off for the Springboks down into the 22, taken very nicely there by, I believe it would have been Escura, straight away getting a touch. And Nicolas Sanchez is going to be playing halfback. Argentina need to make sure that they don't let the Springboks run away with this match early on, but instead bring that physical presence that we know these Argentine players can do. It is going to be Escura rolling it back here, and he is going to be kicking it high, looking for the touchline as well. Not quite able to find it, and of course, because of the rules of the Rugby Championship starting after the 1st of August, big run there from Jasper Visa to get us underway here for the Springboks. Reinhardt gives it back now to Etzebev with a bit of a step there off the start, but I should mention that there is the 50-22 rule, which I will explain when we do have a stoppage in play now. Driving forward now, and it is going to be an advantage straight away to the Springboks, so they've probably got an easy three-pointer if they want it, but instead they are going to be passing out the back line by the looks of it. It is going to be now Oxnashe trying to drive forward. Reinhardt gives it back. Elton Yankees kicking behind. It is going to be taken nicely by Nicolas Sanchez, and they will be going back to the penalty for the box. We have got subscribe and like. This guy has a real RSG voice as well. Says I don't give media. And we have also got the Aussie. We're wiped off the field by the All Blacks. Back to the drawing board for Australia as well, says Mark Robert. Yeah, didn't quite go their way, that is for sure. They ended up having the biggest loss in New Zealand that they have ever had, which is certainly not the way that they wanted to get their Rugby Championship underway. We have got, honestly, I like watching the Pumas game against Romania, thinking we're going to be absolutely crushed. Far from it. Springboks will be all right in this one as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, that's the thing. That was a close game between Romania and Argentina. While we are waiting for this kick to take place, we'll put that one up on the screen. It was 17 to Romania and 24 to Argentina. Then the games between Argentina and Wales. The first one, a 20-20 draw. And then the next one after that was 33 to Argentina, 11 to Wales. So the big question is whether or not, since July 18th, it's almost been a month since Argentina have played, whereas the Springboks, they have been playing week in, week out. But then some of these players who are out on the field have not been. So it's one of those interesting ones to see whether or not it will be the case of early points on the board here for the Boks. It will be Elton Yankees. He has a pretty decent kicking rate, about 79%, I believe they said, but that is why he will probably end up missing this one because I've probably jinxed him. Elton Yankees lines it up here off the left boot, and he has got it. So now the score early on in this match, the Springboks are going to be leading at 3 points over Los Pumas. Only 2.5 minutes in as well. We have still got plenty of time left in this game, though. A good early start to the match for the Boks, getting themselves some points on the board. A reward for a penalty against the Pumas, and now it will be the Pumas kicking off from left to right. Was a decent strike from Elton Yankees from about 40 out. Nicolas Sanchez now will be the man who is kicking this one short. Well, he's decided to go long with it instead. It's going to be taken nicely there by Jasper Visa. Now driving forward at Kremer, breaking the tackle as well. Very nicely done by that man, Visa, in the number 8 jersey, who I know a lot of people are happy to see, although I know Vermeulen is one that is on a lot of people's minds as well for that number 8 jersey. Now it's going to be fired high, almost taken by Apalele Fassi, beautifully taken there by Carreras, though, on the halfway line. And now Argentina going to have another opportunity here. It's going to be in the hands of, it was Nahul Tetas Chaparro, I believe is the pronunciation there. Escura now gives that back to the big forwards, and it's going to be Fukando Isa just bumping out of the tackle of Oxnashe here. They have still got this ball. No, it is going to be stolen by South Africa. And now it is going to be on the halfway line. Kwaha Smith passes it, decides against going short side now across field. It's going to be Valimza lined up the Elton Yankees. Huge tackle from Escura, but now it's out in the wing for Apalele Fassi. And he is going to be almost driven into touch there by Geronimo de la Fuente. Instead, Kolisi now 45 metres out for the Springboks. And they are going to be trying to find their way. It's a penalty, though, to Argentina there. And it was Julian Montoya who was able to win it. Let's go, Bok, as well, says Luke. And yeah, at this stage, they have been able to start this well, or start this match pretty well, I should say. I'm excited for this one, as you guys can probably tell. At this stage, the All Blacks were able to receive 5 points. They got the bonus point in their first game of the Rugby Championship up against Australia. And now both of these sides, they will probably be chasing the bonus point. And straight away, we see here, it will be Argentina kicking this one for touch, just a little bit too far out for a kicking opportunity at the sticks. So instead, it was Nicolas Sanchez kicks it out, and about 30 meters out now will be an opportunity for a line out here. Julio Montoya wanted to get this one straight. Brian has said from South Africa, impressed with your pronunciation or pronouncing of Springbok player names. As well said Brian, and same from Lofted Luke. Yeah, I do try my best. I feel like some of them I'm still a little bit rusty on in some regards. The likes of Nkosi's first name I still can't say myself, unfortunately. But at this stage, hopefully the pronunciation throughout this one for both sides, Argentina as well. I think I could say about one sentence of Spanish when I was doing the Tri Nations last year, but that was about it. Going to be kicked high there. Almost taken beautifully by Carreras, but it's a knock on from Willemse as well. No, it must have gone backwards in the end. So because of it now, it will be another opportunity for the Springboks about 30 meters out from their line now. Kobus Ranak fires it back, and it is going to be kicked here by the man in the number 12 jersey, which in this one is staying, kicking it down the middle, trying to do a bit of a trap there with the ball for Nicolas Sanchez. Didn't quite work out, went straight through, but now he's got the ball in hand, 25 out. And he does a return fire. Like I mentioned, the 50-22 rule is in play here, which means if you kick it from inside of your own half and it bounces into touch inside of the 22 of your opponent, you get the attacking line out, which can be absolutely huge for a side. That was a great tackle from Willemse there. And now at this stage, Fukando Eze just fires it across field to Marcos Crema, driving at the front row of the box, but they have been able to drag him down there. It was, in the end, Wilco Low, I believe, is the pronunciation there. Kick downfield from Nicolas Sanchez. I heard the blow of the whistle, though. And it is going to be going back now. And it will be a penalty to Argentina. Great commentating. Your Argentinian names are well pronounced as well, says Hangarat. Thank you very much, mate. I do appreciate you guys all being here as well. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. At this moment, we have got 270 people watching. That is absolutely huge. So I do appreciate every single one of you for being here. And yeah, if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, leave a like on this live stream. If you haven't already, we'll have a quick look. We are sitting on 27 likes already. So I would say we can push our way possibly towards 40 likes, I will say, after 20 minutes of this first half. Let's see if we can do it. But that one didn't find touch there for Nicolas Sanchez. Big mistake from the number 10. He's going to be taking that one beautifully, though. 40 meters out from his line, just straight up the middle, looking for the offload. Not able to find it, but great tackle for Kobus Ranak there. Nicolas Sanchez protesting maybe a high shot there. Oh, I don't believe it was. Going to be passed back. De La Fuente lined up there. Oh, it's beautifully done, though. At the back line, it's going to be in the hands of their number 11. He's just been hard. And that one is going to be bouncing in the field of play still. Jesse Creel, awkward one here. And the Pumas, oh, it's just a little knock on. And now it will be the opportunity for just inside of the Springboks 22. Argentina pouring on the pressure early on. I believe it was the man in the number 11 jersey for them, which would be Matthias Maroni. Looking like he's going to have a decent game here as well. Will you speak about South Africa on your podcast, Hamish, as well? We will indeed. We will be about this game that has taken place. It is the link in the pinned comment for you guys who are interested in podcasts. It is on Spotify, and also that link that is above it is the one to become a channel member. If you want access to exclusive emojis and also member-only live streams, that is the way to go. It is $5 New Zealand a month. Help support the channel. And yeah, if you are in a position to do so, it is hugely appreciated. We have also got their Pumas in the chat from Don Mon as well. Go Pumas, go Argentina, says Same Gamer. And also we have got, are there any links to our video as well, says Zach. Unfortunately, I believe other than kind of highlights after the game, I think the All Blacks YouTube channel will be showing the highlights after this one. But I don't think there is anywhere to watch it live with actual gameplay footage, unfortunately. I do apologize for that. But yeah, the YouTube copyright system is extremely strict, and they would ban us for a long time. Unfortunately, hit that like button. Y'all much appreciated as well. In the chat from Katie Dixon. Also, we have got, when does your podcast come out? If you speak about South Africa, I will listen as well. So pretty much we are releasing it. It is every, sorry, I'll have to work out, because if you are in South Africa, it will be every Wednesday morning, I believe it will be, because we release it at 7 p.m. New Zealand time each Wednesday. So I think that is going to be 9 a.m. on Wednesday that it would be released in South Africa, if I'm not wrong, if I got the time difference right, which I don't think I do. I think that, yeah, actually, I think it is. So it is 9 a.m. in New Zealand time, or sorry, 9 a.m. South African time on a Wednesday that podcast is released. It's going to be the front rows just coming up a little bit, and now it will go the way of the Springboks for a scrum reset. Now we have got the Sky Saves Our Lives bro as well, says Paul. And yeah, we have been doing plenty of live streams. Like I mentioned it was the All Blacks versus Wallabies game last week. It was actually our 100th rugby union live commentary that we have done on the channel, and we've only been going for around 10 months, which is absolutely crazy how many we've been able to tick off so far, but we have been doing plenty of them as well, and I would definitely listen to it. Thank you as well, says Africani, no worries, mate, and it is good to see that you will be following that podcast. That Rugby Down Under podcast, I should say. 9 minutes into this game, 3-0 to South Africa at the moment, and it's going to be 20 metres out from their own line here. They will have an opportunity to try and get maybe a set play going off this one. But we will have to wait and see. Dave Rennie is a good coach. Australia just have to take it on the chin and move on. Still a long way to go. Anything can happen. May the best team win, says Robert Daniels as well. And yeah, that's one thing that they have struggled with a bit, Australia, is that 80-minute performance. In the first game, they had a very good second half. In the second game, they had a very good first half. But if they can combine those two, they will be a dangerous side up against either the Springboks or the Pumas, depending on how long it takes for them to be able to get that one right. But at this stage now, Kobus Reinach looks like he is just going to be rolling this one back and going for the high boot. I believe it was Fukando Isa just really trying to get in that breakdown, putting a lot of pressure on. Taken beautifully by Nkosi there, 40 metres out from his own line. And now Kobus Reinach puts it back across field. Elton Yankees there on the left boot. Kicks it downfield, looking for the 50-22. Going to be bouncing nicely for it will be Matthias Moroni, and he kicks it way downfield. This could be a 50-22. No, it's going to be taken by Elton Yankees. But I think both of these sides already seem like they are going to be trying out that 50-22 rule. Williams are chasing this one hard off the kick of Yankees. Met in the air, beautifully taken though by Santiago Carreras. And he has been wrestled down on the halfway line by Oxnische. Zala the dummy there. Oh, he's almost lined up there. Nicholas Sanchez driving hard at the line there, but he has bounced out of the tackle of Kwaha Smith. Escora now, beautiful flat ball to Pablo Matera, 40 out here for the Pumas. And they are building phases very nicely. Geronimo de la Fuente, I should say. Now got this one, Escura, offloading it back now into the hands of the number one, which is going to be Titas Choparo. And this one, Escura once again going across Julian Montoya, met by Hetzabeth. And he is, of course, always a physical player out on that field. Going to be Bruni, tackled hard there. And at this stage, the Springboks just aren't letting them through, which is something we know that the Springboks are very good at. It's going to be kicked in behind. Bouncing up nicely, though, for Damian Valenza, and he's going to be tackled low. In the end, by it was the number 8 who almost got in the wrong position there, Bruni. But he was able to just roll away. Reinach now in possession once again, the box. And it is going to be Lutiaga getting his first carry off this one. And it looks like Reinach might be going for a box kick here, or possibly setting up for Valimza to be able to kick this one down the field. He has instead gone to Yankees, who has put that one high. And it is going to be an early kicking game in this one. I will try my best to be able to read all the chat as quickly as I can once we do have a stoppage. But at this stage, it doesn't seem like we're going to get too many into this matchup. He's getting very close to the touchline there, Choco Perez. Now Fukando Isa running straight at Oxnische, and also he is just doing that ruck from the wrong side. But I think it was more him catching his balance there. Going to be now driving forward once again, the big forwards. It is going to be Gomez Cordella, gives it back to Uskura. Going to be kicked in behind. Nicholas Sanchez just looking for a bit of space down the middle of the field, finding it just outside of the 22. Yankees now going to be going for that 50-22 opportunity, but once again going into the 22 of Argentina. Just a kicking battle now. It's a great step there. Not a lot of pressure on Santiago Carreras, but not a great kick either. Williams has knocked it on, and because of it now, it does mean that it will be the scrum feed for Argentina just outside of the 22. We have got there 319 viewers, which is absolutely insane. I do thank you all very much for that. Do you have merch? Says Robbie. We haven't actually got any yet. We're working on maybe looking at getting something in the future, but it is one of those ones I want to make sure that if we were to get merchandise, it was cheap enough for you guys to be able to buy it at like a reasonable price, because I don't want to have it like charged at a huge rate, but then to do so, you kind of have to create them in bulk kind of thing, if that makes sense. So it's one of those ones that if there is interest for it, we will certainly look into it. Josh Biker said also good evening from Muscat, Oman. Oman. Great game this morning. Hoping for more. Thanks again for the commentary as well, says Josh Pike. And let's go, Cesar Ryan. And also we have got in the A from, it is a Sam Gamer TV. And also you're watching him, mate. As well as says Katie Dixon from earlier on. And also, who's Hamish? That is me. I am Hamish. And it is going to be a bleeding nose, I should say, for Santiago Carrera so far. Head-to-head between these two sides, 30 matches played, 26 going the way of the box, 1 draw, and points scored. They have almost double the points that Argentina have scored in total, the Springboks, and also 125 tries scored. So hopefully we get a few of them in this game as well. Let's go. And also we have got your prediction, says Ruan. I have decided it's either going to be the Springboks by 8 or Argentina by 4. I think it's going to be a close game, but it could also have the ability of running away late in this one, the Springboks, to be able to build towards that bonus point. We have got hi from Thailand, says Des. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Very much appreciated you being here. What time is it in Thailand? Do let me know. I feel like I'm starting to learn a few time zones, but Thailand isn't actually one that we have had too many viewers from. So I do thank you very much for tuning in. Work our way up to high quality Kiwi Lads hoodies with embroidered logos on the chest as well, says Katie Dixon. And I did mention earlier on about the suit, how I tried to get some cufflinks, but no one actually replied to me, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to get that sorted before this one, all the way from it is Jaws as well. Says Mo Gamma, welcome into the live stream, go, and it is 10 p.m. there, says the Des. So that is a decent time for being able to watch rugby. At the moment here in New Zealand, we are sitting at 3:20 a.m. Certainly a late night, but I was not missing this game for the world, that is for sure. And Humanas, South Africa, says Ryan, and also Thailand, says Richard, which is pretty awesome. And hello from Vancouver Island. As well, says Don Momadao is going to be the backline opportunity here, and there's already been a sub here. And it is going to be now Kobus Reinach. Got a bit of toe. Has he got enough of it? That's the question. Rodrigo Bruni not able to drag him down. And Kobus Reinach scoring the opening try for the Boks. That kind of came out of nowhere as well. Show how they play, says Youngko. Unfortunately, due to licensing, I would not be able to show any match footage or audio without ending up getting in the situation of getting the live stream taken. Now we have got after the last game. This is like watching paint dry as well, says BC. Yeah, we had a lot of tries, 11 in total in that All Blacks versus Wallabies game, Boks by 17, says Lawrence. But from here, was just that little bit of a backline movement. Didn't work out. It was a missed pass from the number 23, which I believe in this one is Cancelleri. Something along those lines. I feel like I've well and truly messed up that name. But then Kobus Reinach, he's got plenty of toe for a number 9 running down the wing. Wasn't caught by Rodrigo Bruni. And it was the try for Kobus Reinach that gets the Springboks their first of the match. We have got always loving the commentary. Hello from Cape Town as well, says Oliver. And welcome back again. And from Scotland, says Sam Gamer. And it is 7:20 in a Muscat at the moment. We have also got score prediction, says Tristan. Originally I said 8 points to the Springboks in terms of who was going to be winning this one, although it seems like maybe they will be able to extend that perhaps. Tampa, Florida watching. Thank you for your great commentary as well, says Henny. And we have also got boys are working hard, says Luke. And my score prediction is Boks 38-13. It's a decent shout, that is for sure. The last time these two sides played was in 2019, the first of which, in fact, have actually got the stats here that I can bring up on the screen for you guys. The last time that they played, it was August 18th, 2019, 24 to the Boks, 18 to the Pumas, and then in the match just a week before, great kick there from Elton Yankees, getting it down the middle from the sideline, and now it means that the Springboks are leading this match 10-0 up against the Pumas. But yeah, 46-13, I feel like that score maybe the Springboks will be able to build towards in this one. There is certainly a possibility, but they need a bonus point to be able to try and catch the All Blacks, who are in first. We have got there from South Africa as well, and also Reinach's dad, former South Africa 400-meter record holder. That makes a lot of sense when I think about it, because he was showing some extreme toe down the wing. Kobus Reinach, that is right. And what kind from Australia, as well, says Neville. If we are talking about the time in Australia, I believe it is anywhere between 11:22 and 1:22 a.m. But here in New Zealand, we are sitting at 3:22 a.m. So it is certainly an early morning start, I should say. Also from Namibia, as well, says MC Luna. And also we have got there Namibia, my heartland, as well, says Rowan. And also we have got there, thank you for the from Portland, Oregon, USA. Go Boks, says Christo. And it is going to be a penalty to the Pumas now. So they are going to be sitting around maybe 40-something meters out. And I would say they won't be kicking for the 3. That is something Argentina, normally they would like to take on 3-pointers. But in this situation, the way that the start of this match has been going, you can't afford to, unfortunately for them. So they are going to be deciding now whether or not it is worth going for the corner or whether they go for the 3-pointer. And I think they are actually going for the 3, which is a very bold choice from Los Pumas, but maybe they have seen something that I don't. Katie Dixon's greetings as well, says Henny. And we have also got their Yankees that's kicking them. Good man himself as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, and overall, his record of the tee is actually pretty high, 79%, I think it was. Share the link so I can watch the game live, says Richard. Unfortunately, I'm watching it in New Zealand on Sky Go, which is kind of, unfortunately, only a one-person subscription, and you actually have to be in New Zealand, sadly, to be able to watch it. But I believe it will be on SuperSport, DSTV, although someone actually told me those two are actually the same thing, which I did get wrong a little bit earlier on. But also, depending on what country you're in, depends on where about you are able to watch the game. But it is also going to be on the All Blacks YouTube channel. After the game is going to be finished, they will be showing the highlights of this matchup as well. We have got there, this is the best commentary as well, says Neville. Thank you very much, baby. At this stage, that kick has gone over from Nicolas Sanchez, and because of it now, the score is going to be 10 to South Africa, 3 to Argentina. Okay, cheers, mate, says Richard. Yeah, I really wish I was able to show the game, even if it was just me as the small screen up in the window and the game is the big. Unfortunately, YouTube are just very strict, and they just go, nah, you're gone, unfortunately. I think they ban you for 3 months, if I'm not wrong, which is a very long time. That with Missile Rugby Championship. But yeah, hopefully I will be able to keep you informed with the commentary. Yes, but Fisa, they're taking that one nicely. And at this stage, the Springboks going to be 45 out from the Pumas line. Diaga now getting another carry with Oxnashay and Weber protecting that one nicely. Looks like Reinhardt might consider a kicking opportunity here. Decides to go high, and it is going to be chased hard here. Going to be Nkosi trying to take it beautifully, taken by Etsabev. Azia back, because he has just floated through the sky like one. Going back now to Reinhardt. Gives it to Elton Yankees. Crocs kick opportunity. Apalele Fussy trying to take it. He's done it as well. What a try that is. What a try that is for Apalele Fussy. I didn't want to yell too loud because my parents are probably asleep, but that was a brilliant try for Apalele Fussy. How did he manage that? It was a cross kick from Elton Yankees. Just kind of takes it beautifully down the wing. And Apalele Fussy, that man is a try-scoring machine. He is certainly one for the future, and he has just nailed that one down the wing. Picture perfect kick, though, from Elton Yankees. Etsabev, that take in the air was absolutely beautifully done there by the big lock. And then from there, it was going back to Yankees. Kicks it across field. Beautifully placed. Bounces up, Apalele Fussy just grabs it with one hand, pops it back up to himself, scores the try, and that is absolutely brilliant from Apalele Fussy to be able to regather that ball down the wing while also running pretty much full speed, and then to be able to put that ball down is absolutely phenomenal from that man, Apalele Fussy. So what we will be doing is we will also be adding some more names to our list of try scorers because Kobus Reinhardt scored the first try. I didn't actually write that one down, which I definitely should have because of the fact that unfortunately ended up forgetting about it. But I will quickly, hopefully, be able to get it up here so that you guys can see exactly. I can't remember how to spell Reinhardt. Hopefully that is somewhere correct. And if not, I do apologize in advance that I will be switching it if I have got that one wrong. I believe the first try of this match came in about the 8th minute we will go with just for now. And then also it was Elton Yankees who will be converting this one. But Apalele Fussy was the man who was able to score that try down the wing. And it was very nicely done. Right, let's test how I spell. Are these names spelled correctly? Do let me know. Going across the bottom at the moment. Did I nail them there? We have also got there Robbie has donated. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated there, mate. Oh, Elton Yankees not quite able to get that one, but this is going to be from Robbie has. But keep your energy, Hamish. Great work. Let's go. When merch is available, I can model for it free as well for you, brother. Great commentary, brother. And that would be pretty awesome indeed. And what country did you mention you were in, Robbie? Do let me know. We will have to make sure if you are not in New Zealand that we do have worldwide shipping. That is for sure. Just to make sure that we can get it across the Tasman or wherever you guys are located. And Apalele Fussy, try, says Sebastian as well. And it was a very nicely done indeed by the box. And now they only need one more try, and then they are in with the bonus point, as long as they aren't able to score any more. Donation to the chat from Katie. She adds that, and go Fussy as well, says Gavin. Yeah, he is a talented player. Feels like a 7-try game for the Bok as well. And they've still got plenty of time to do so. Only 20 minutes gone on this one. It's going to be a high ball taken nicely there by Carreras back out on the field. Great run there by Fulcando. He's a breaking a couple of tackles looking for the offload. Not quite able to find it, but now the Boks are going to be back under pressure in terms of that defensive line. But that is something that the Boks do so well, is that defensive line. Now it's going to be going back. Nicolas Sanchez kicking behind by Carreras. Going to be looking for the touchline, getting close as well. It's taken by Damian Valenza and kicked into touch by Elton Yankees, trying to kick it off the side of the boot to try and get a few more meters down the field. Taken nicely by Nicolas Sanchez now. Carreras 40 meters out. Or Fulcando Isa just breaking through the tackle of, in the end, it was Khaleesi, but now DeWeber straight on the ball wins the penalty for the Boks there. It's got Reinhardt in the chat. Did I spell it correctly? I might have. If I'm not wrong, hopefully I have managed to nail that one. And what a try. I was going to say stop kicking, but not with that great try. Yeah, that was a brilliant one going across field. You pronounce it Mac Luna as well. So it is Mac rather than Mick. I will remember that in the future. And Reinhardt as well in the chat says there's Organ. And also we have the Pumas played any games in the build-up to this one, says Oliver. And I have got their last 3 games that they have played. So they played a month ago, and it was Wales that they were playing that game in about 30-degree temperatures, I believe it was, if I'm not wrong. And they were able to get the win in the second match that they played up against Wales. Then they had another game a little bit earlier on, and it was a draw between them and Wales. It was Wales without their British and Irish Lions, Welsh players, I should say. And then it was Romania. And it was, in the end, Romania that they were playing that game. But then, due to COVID cases, they actually ended up having to switch that tour. And then that is where the series up against Wales kind of was born, I guess you could say. And we have got there doing double duty. I like it as well, says Crazy Carper. And also we have got there Comus Reinhardt as well, says Luke. And Fussy is great, hey, says Elgin. He definitely is indeed. And he is one that I'm excited to see in the future. That was almost a little bit high from Bruni there. Reinhardt trying to offload it, was a player tackle without the ball. And it's going to be the penalty now to the Springboks, right? 12 points ahead. You can afford to go for the corner here, I think, if you are the Springboks. Looking at the table, while we have got a little bit of a stoppage in play as well. While we are at it, we can look at a few of the rules of this competition. Of course, there is going to be the 50-22 that is available. Elton Yankees, he is going to be taking on the shot. They are going to be getting without or outside of that 14-point margin. But yeah, the Springboks at this stage, if they get a massive win, if they win this one by more than 35 points with a bonus point, they will leapfrog into first in the Rugby Championship, the game between New Zealand and Australia, the biggest win that New Zealand have had on the biggest win New Zealand have had up against Australia on New Zealand soil. So it was a very good win indeed. So the Wallabies are going to be playing a very much a catch-up game, I should say. In this situation, we have got Reinach in the chat from Neville as well. We have got, do the RGs have a full team? They're actually pretty solid. While we are waiting for this kick to take place, I've got all of my pop-ups ready. I was well prepared for this live stream. So I have got this as the Argentine starting lineup, and I will show the reserves in a short moment as well once we have got the opportunity. But yeah, very nicely done by, once again, the Springboks to be able to convert that one. So now the score is going to be 18 points to South Africa and 3 to Argentina. So already a 15-point difference in this one. So yeah, it's going to be very exciting to see whether or not it is going to be possibly ending up with a little bit more of a lead going forward. But yeah, that is the side that they have gone with. Also, while we are at it, we might as well show the Springboks lineup. But like I mentioned, it is currently 18 points to South Africa and 3 to Argentina now. And we have got there, if positions are opening for modelling Kiwi Lads merch, I'll work for free too and model the lady threads as well, says Katie Dixon. That is a good point. We will be able to have the female and male range. Although you are our only female viewer, Katie Dixon. So maybe we'd be in that situation of pretty much you'd be modelling it, but also probably be able to keep it at the same time. But on the halfway line now, it is going to be Argentina with the ball once again. It's going to be Escura. Gets it back now to Carreras. They've got the advantage as well now. Going to be Guido Petty driving forward here. And I will quickly get rid of this one as well so that you guys can see the scoreboard that we've got at the moment. There we go. And we have got in the chat, tell you what, we've got a lot of chat at the moment. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to leave a like if you haven't already. How did the ABs go, Hamish? Just finished work. They were able to get the win over the Wallabies, and in the end, the score was 57 points to 22 at full time. The try scorers, Rico Ioane, Brodie Retallick, Artie Savia, Cody Taylor, able to pick up 2. Sevu Reece, Will Jordan, David Arvili, they all scored tries for the All Blacks. Andrew Callaway picking up 2 for the Wallabies. Very impressive from him, and Tate McDermott was the other man who was able to score himself a try. If it's got there, where can I get the game? On DSTV, please, as well, says Wilson. I think possibly someone in the chat from South Africa will be able to help you out at this stage, hopefully, but I assume it would be on, I know that they've got about 15 sports channels, if I'm not wrong, on DSTV. Yeah, hopefully someone will be able to help you out, Wilson, listening to your stream from Perth, Western Australia, brother. That was where it was. Sorry, I forgot the Perth part at the start, and it is currently sitting 11:30 a.m. there, and that is going to be a scrum penalty to the Springboks. We have also got there, where's the game being played? It is being played at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, so it is going to be a pretty daunting task for Argentina, although there are no fans, which means that they've got just that little bit more of an advantage in terms of just not being completely feeling like they're outnumbered by the Boks in the stands as well. But this one's going to be another shot at the post for South Africa, trying to extend that lead just a little bit more. And we have got, NA for South Africa try scorers. I put it around the wrong way. One moment. That is not ideal, right? We will switch this one. We will go like copy, and we will go like this, and we will go bang, and then we will go like this, and then we will go. NA is actually going to be Argentina, unfortunately for them. Right. Thank you very much. We have been able to fix that. But yeah, I did mess that one up just a little bit. Technical difficulties are something that come pretty thick and fast on this channel at times, it is fair to say, but I do appreciate you being enough, Mum. What time is it where you are at the moment? Are you in New Zealand? Because if you are, it's currently 3:33 a.m. here. It's certainly a late night, I should say. Good game as well, says Why Not Rugby. It's looking pretty decent so far. The Springboks looking dangerous, but that kick has just gone away to the side from Francis Stein. So because of it now, Argentina will be able to have the 22 dropout. Who, in your opinion, are the All Blacks' greatest rivals? I think it is the Boks, but there's also that mutual respect between the two sides, which I absolutely love because of the fact that, like, neither of these sides, like, in terms of the All Blacks and the Springboks, I feel like there isn't really bad blood after the game is finished. It's like both sides are very physical when they're on the field, but off the field, they're just a few mates who just enjoyed having a great game of rugby. Oh, that's an awkward fall. For it was Damian Valenza. Was he trying to say he was taken out in the air? Because he kind of just jumped into the man, but now it is going to be going back. It's a loose ball, and it is going to be going into touch, and it is a penalty there for Argentina, I believe. Yes, it is, and we have got, yes, in Hamilton in New Zealand, and we have also got their channel 211 on DSTV, says Brian, so thank you very much in the chat, and the Box are the biggest, AB's biggest rival, the only team that can match them physically, as well says Robbie. And also we have got, can you watch it in the Gold Coast, Australia? Do you have Stan Sport, Neville? Because there is Stan Sport, or I believe, actually, it might be on 9 now, or is it 7 now? I think there's something along those lines, that it is kind of that mobile app that you can get in Australia, and I think it is for free on there, if I'm not wrong, and it is currently 10:34 in Thailand. And I did see earlier on that we do have MH Choi, who is currently sitting in 28 degrees Celsius. That's a little bit warm, that is for sure. That one's gone over the top here for Argentina. It's going to be a loose ball, and it's going to be claimed by Weber, but straight on the ball there. Almost able to get it was Bruni. And he wasn't quite able to turn it over, though. Now it's going to be Cobus Reinach, charged down by Pablo Matera. I think that is almost accidental offside, is it? No, it is still in the hands of the Box. And they have got him very lucky there, Cobus Reinach. Maybe once again, no, they're going to get the penalty for not rolling away. Unfortunately, just getting himself trapped there. Titus Chaparro couldn't go anywhere. And because of it, it was a penalty once again, tuning in back home in Berlin. As well, up the Box, says Dexter. So, yeah, we have got people from all around the world, which is absolutely insane that we have got so many of you guys tuning in. I do appreciate every single one of you being here. Francis staying with a huge kick downfield into the 22, and now about 15 out. The Springboks will once again have an attack, and it could be the rolling maul possibly as the option. We have got, can the All Blacks win in Perth? Will only be their second game there ever, and the Wallabies won that game. They did indeed. The red card of Scott Barrett. I know a lot of Kiwis struggle to forget that one, but it is going to be... I love Optus Stadium. I feel like that's one thing that I do always mention about it. But I think the way that they built this game, it all depends on whether or not the Wallabies are going to be able to have that 80-minute performance. Of course, the first game, they were able to have a very good performance in that second half, the closing minutes of that game. First game, they were able to have a very good start. Or the second game, sorry, they were able to have a very good start. So it's one of those ones, if they can put together even a 60-minute performance, they would be pretty happy with it. At this stage, it's going to be another advantage here to the Box, and it is going to be another penalty now. So I would think they are going to be knocking over the 3 once again. Listening from Sweden, go Bok as well, says Jim. But yeah, it's going to be exciting to see how that game at Perth goes. That's going to be in 2 weeks' time on the 28th of August. And then a couple weeks after that, I believe, if I'm not wrong, we are going to get to see the Springboks taking on the Wallabies. Listen to Kiwi lads from Abu Dhabi as well, says Gavin. And go the Bok and beat a minute. I was traveling during the entire British and Irish Lions series and couldn't watch it. Good to be tuning in here with you again, brother, says Dexter. Welcome in, mate. And I feel like something that you may not have actually seen. Katie, you have access to it. I think you are almost the only channel member that is in here from a recent time, if I'm not wrong. Be sure to show that Kieran emoji. I absolutely love it. Anyone who is wondering what the Kieran emoji is, that pinned comment in the chat, to the first link is the link to the channel memberships for the Kiwi lads, and you get access to this big man who has got his own emoji and also a few other perks for the channel. But yeah, I absolutely love that emoji, and that is probably something that we would like to have on the merch if we did end up making it as well. Apalele Fassi with a good kick downfield just inside of the 22 now. And it will be Santiago Carrera slipping over as well. Oh, he's just under a huge amount of pressure from Apalele Fassi, wrestling him towards the touchline, but he is only going to be inches from it there. Going back across field here, Argentina now driving forward. It is going to be Titus Chaparro once again. And Escura looks like he is either going to be rolling this one back and kicking it. Yes, he is. He is going to go for the box kick here. Got some good height on it as well. Looking like he's lining up, though. Willems on the halfway line now, 40 meters out. And he is going to be doing a bit of a step and a skip through the middle. Not quite able to get through Reinach. Was it a little knock on the ground for the Box? No. It did end up going backwards. So Weber now going to be under pressure by the Argentine Bruni. And at this stage, they are just looking like Argentina are just feeling a little bit of the pressure early on. I think the Springboks are looking like the more physical side out there, which is something we mentioned that Argentina are normally very good at. Reinach with a great tackle there. On it was Matthias Moroni. Passing it back now. So a little offload for Candoiz. It's going to be making a dash up the middle. Kicked him behind from him as well. And that is very nicely done by the big flanker. But Damian Willems are going to have a huge amount of time to be able to kick this one for touch. And he does clear his lines. But Argentina getting a little bit of the better in the kicking battle there. We have also got from Swansea, Wales as well. Says it is Crazy Cooper. And also we have got there, or Crazy Carper, sorry. My voice is trying to disappear at this stage. Green from Zimbabwe. Says Mike Wall as well. And we have also got the Box have 10 changes. Yeah, they made a lot of changes in this match, that is for sure. And it was actually Nicolas Sanchez, who I believe actually ended up getting almost, I think it was an elbow or a shoulder or something to the jaw there, which is why he stayed down for a little bit longer. But now he is back up and running, and he will be hoping to possibly score himself a try in this matchup. He was able to do very nicely in that matchup up against the All Blacks last year of the Tri-Nations. In that game that the Box were able to get that first ever win up against the men in the black. We have got the Kieran emojis from Katie Dixon, also Sebastian in there as well with the Karen show the game, says Dominic. Unfortunately, due to licensing, any match footage or audio would get us taken straight off YouTube and banned for 3 months. So I do apologize in advance for that. Yeah, I wish I was able to show it. It would be pretty awesome if I was, but yeah, it would end up costing us probably millions of dollars to get licensing to be able to show it on YouTube. But maybe one day we'll see how we go. But it is going to be Julian Montoya now driving forward once again here for Argentina. They need to be the next team to score, and they need to do it before halftime. Going to be now a good run up the middle into the hands of Titas Chaparro once again. Trying to get over the ball there was Quaha Smith. Not quite able to. And at this stage now, the Springboks, they just haven't been letting them through. And this one here, bounce pass, Nicolas Sanchez gives it now into the hands of Rodrigo Bruni. It's going to be a high tackle advantage here for Argentina going short side. Nicolas Sanchez out, quick hands there. Not able to find the offload there, Batista Delgui. And because of it, now they're going to have to go back across field to the left-hand side. 40 metres out, Marcos Crema driving forward at Colisi. Great low tackle there from low, but it was a little bit too high from Colisi. Now it's going to be Titas Chaparro put in the ears back, but he's going to be dragged down 25 out from the Springboks line. They've got another advantage. That's 3 in a row. It's a 4 pass there. If I'm not wrong, yes, it was. And they're going back now for the penalty to Argentina. We have what's got there. Great commentary. Thanks as well, says John. No worries, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in as well, mate. It is hugely appreciated you guys all being here. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are currently sitting on 77 likes, which is absolutely awesome. So I do thank you all very much for that indeed. And we have got greetings from Washington, D.C. was super encouraged last week, despite desperately searched for a TV. Walked into the Irish pub, filled to the brim with Springbok jerseys. Go Bok. Miss you as well, says Marcel van der Watt as well. And tell you what, that would have been an awesome feeling, seeing that final moment. Mornay Stain, he did it 12 years ago. He's done it again for the British and Irish, or against the British and Irish Lions, I should say. Interesting. Argentina are taking the 3 points. They are currently 15 points behind. They're trying to close it to only less than a 14-point gap. I don't know if that's the best option for them, unfortunately. I think it's one of those ones you've got to go for the corner because of the fact, or else you are going to get possibly just too many points to make up. We have also got their morning Kiwi lads, says Scott Jones. Welcome in to the live stream, mate, once again. And Go Box, says Yonti, and the Karen emoji with the coffee and the bacon, says Katie Dixon. You're making me hungry at the moment. It's currently 3:42 a.m. here in New Zealand. Nicolas Sanchez is going to be taking it from straight out in front. The referee says, Albert, you just take it back to where the mark was. So now currently 30 metres out here. And Nicolas Sanchez is going to be trying to convert this one. 35 minutes gone in this match so far. And at this stage, has been pretty much all South Africa, with a couple penalties going the way of Argentina. 3 in a row they had the advantage for. Let's go, hello, other rugby fans. Go South Africa as well, says Henny. I got a weird kind of tongue roll going there, it sounded like, if I'm not wrong. But we have also got there. Let's go, boys, says Ross. And also we have got Go Bok from Yonti, and 84 likes. Let's get it to 100 by halftime, says BTV. Let's see if we can. We have currently got 5 minutes left in this one. So yeah, let's see whether or not we can do it. South Africa defense looking good, says Wicked Knight. They are indeed. And it is one thing that it is extremely hard to break down the South African defence. We only saw 2 British and Irish Lions tries in that test series of the 3 matches. And they just, I believe I saw a stat, and I'm going to try and find it at some stage because it is actually a very interesting one. I think I've got a screenshot on my phone, and I will find it while we are waiting for this kickoff to be received in the end by Iskura once again. Where is it? It is coming up very soon, I believe. If I'm not wrong, I think I took it about 3 days ago. If I'm not wrong, and it was actually a defensive stat. It's going to be a penalty to South Africa there, and once again now they are going to be in that situation of possibly giving away the 3 points. All Marcus Kremer and Kobus Reinach having a bit of a standoff there by the looks of it. 2 very aggressive players. Right, I found it. Tries conceded so far in the last however many games. They have given away hardly any tries, the Springboks. So the defensive coach is doing a very good job indeed. Elton Yankees now, he is going to be kicking for the corner here, rather than going for the 3 points, or is he? No, they are going to be taking on the kick at the post. Once again, Go Box from Peru as well, and Box are the best, says Ernest, and also you're not the only one. North Mum, says Cameron in the chat. I'm looking forward to the All Blacks versus Springboks. Yeah, that's going to be a good match. The 100th match between the 2 sides, and what better way to bring it up than as part of the Rugby Championship. It's going to be an awesome game, and it is only around a month or so away as well. And thanks for keeping us updated, says Dion. No worries, mate. I absolutely love doing these live streams because of the fact I don't only get to watch some good games of rugby, I also get to commentate them and also get to talk to you guys in the chat as well, which is absolutely awesome. And at this stage, Yankees now going to be trying to add to the points on the board already for the Springboks in this matchup. We are going to have to wait and see whether or not he can do so. Currently sitting decently with the kicking boot. And this one, Elton Yankee sitting, I believe it is 3 from 3 that he has been able to convert so far. So he will be hoping to make it possibly 4 from 4. Actually, he's missed one, if I'm not wrong. He's actually missed one. So it is currently 3 from 4 or 4 from 5. How many kicks has this man taken? I've already forgotten, but he is going to be lining this one up now. Elton Yankees, can he get this one to get 20 points on the board for the Springboks? He can indeed. So now the score is going to be 21 to South Africa, 6 to Argentina, and we are only 2 minutes away from halftime. We have also got there, who do you got to win? As well, says Siren, I said the Springboks by 8 or Argentina by 3 or 4, sorry, but I think I am going to change that, and I think the Springboks are winning this one by at least 15. The way that Argentina are deciding to take on 3-pointers rather than the 7, they can't afford to do so. The Springboks are going to keep on getting points on the board, and you can't afford to let them just keep on ticking them over. It's going to be taken nicely by Lord Diaga. It was the Weber who lifted him for the kickoff receiving. Kobus Reinach now going to be rolling this ball backwards. And I have to say, replacing Fuf de Klerk is something that is very tough to do, but he's been doing pretty decently in this match so far. And also that last match of the British and Irish Lions tour, almost taken in the air, but it's going to be claimed by Kolisi. But it is going back for the penalty for offside. And it is South Africa who once again will be receiving that penalty. We have got in there. Thanks very much for the commentary. Go Box, says Hilton, and also the boss. This Box team could defend Kabul against the Taliban, as well, says Dino. And also Box will beat the All Blacks with 20 points, as well, says Johannes. And that is one thing that is going to be exciting to see. It was supposed to be Forsyth Bar Stadium, but unfortunately, by the sounds of it, it sounds like it could be moving to Australia, which would benefit the Box in terms of the fact they wouldn't have to relocate from Australia to New Zealand. So I think more than likely that will be the case. Right. It is going to be an Argentine penalty that I did get wrong there. But now it is going to be the opportunity. They have kicked it for the corner. I'm liking what I'm seeing here from Argentina. They need to make sure that they keep up that aggressive nature into the second half because of the fact they are currently sitting 15 points behind. They need to cut that gap down. And they need to do it very soon. 107 likes already in this one. It is absolutely awesome. I do thank you all very much for that. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. We are going to be back next week for the Springboks taking on Argentina. Now it's going to be a rolling ball. Julian Montoya here. Going to be marching forward here for the Pumas. They are only going to be 10 meters out. Passing it back. It's going to be Fukando Isa. Looking like he is going to be trying to find his way forward. Giving it off now. Makera gives it to Escura. Oh, Matera, I think I called him a combination of two names there, but Escura now 10 meters out here for the Pumas. Once again, going to be using the big forwards that they have got on offer. Guido Petty is one of them. Recently having, I believe it was no surgery to fix what did happen in one of these past games that we had seen. Now it's going to be Guido Petty once again driving forward. 5 minutes out here for the Pumas. They've got the advantage as well, which now means they just need to throw everything at this. We are 40 minutes into this first half. So now once there is a stoppage in play, we will go back for the penalty, or it will be a try time perhaps for the Pumas. Going to be now driving forward once again. It is going to be Gomez Cordella, and they are going back for the penalty to Argentina. Right. What do they do now? Because I did mention about the factor of them taking a kick for the corner rather than going for the 3, but this is one of those ones. It's an easy 3-pointer. So maybe it's one of those ones that maybe you just look for the 3 points to get you back within 14. But we have got Go Bok Awesomeness as well, says Colin, and also we have got Don't Mind Losing to the All Blacks as well. And I think it is one of those ones that both sides, like I mentioned, it's just built off respect between those two sides, and it is just absolutely awesome to see them play off. It is a very exciting indeed, but now it is going to be the kick opportunity here for Nicolas Sanchez, who will be going for the 3-pointer, and then that will close the gap to only 12 points going into the second half. No tries on the board yet for Argentina in this one. We have also got there in the chat from the Kierans, or we have got Kierans in the chat from Katie as well. If you do want access to those exclusive emojis, it is the channel membership. The pinned comment in the chat is the link to the channel membership. You can click join. It is $5 New Zealand a month, and it does help support the channel. And you also get access to an emoji of this big inflatable All Black here, which is known as Kieran on the channel. All Blacks are good. We just got to wait and see what happens. All Blacks versus Box going to be good, says Chris Serro. It is indeed going to be an exciting game between those two sides. That is going to be halftime in this one, though. 21 points to the 9 of it is going to be a 12-point lead for South Africa in this one. I forgot who was playing for a second there. I feel bad in that regard, but we will look through the try scorers so far. There has been 2 tries for South Africa, Kobus Reinach and also Abelele Fassi, but other than that, no other tries scored in this matchup between the two sides. So we'll get some stats up for you guys as well while we are at halftime. But I will mention, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I've got an interesting stat here. 57% possession for Argentina. It did not feel like that. 61% territory as well. So they've actually had more of the ball in this first half, but just haven't quite been able to put it together and get over the try line. But of course, up against the Springboks. That defence is a wall, and it is extremely hard to break through. They've actually had 11 defenders beaten, though, for Argentina, which is pretty impressive. 200 metres carried, though, for the Springboks, almost 100 more than the Pumas in the early stages of this matchup. Looking at the tackle success, it's actually not as high as I thought it would be. Tackles missed, they have missed 11 in this match, the Springboks, making 46 of 57. And then it was tackles made, 33 made by Argentina, or 33 attempted, and in the end, 25 made with a 76% percentage as well. Keep it up, mate, as well, says Rowan. And we have got going to be serious rugby when the Boks meet the ABs as well, says Gary Jacobs. And yeah, that's going to be a very exciting game to watch. That is for sure. And we get to see it twice. That is the best thing about it. Jay in the chat has said, yo, as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And Sebastian has put Pumas will have to go for the try in the second half. They won't pull it off. 2 tries down by kicking only. Yeah, that's the thing. They will win probably a few penalties in the second half, the Pumas, but it's going to be nowhere near enough to cut down the deficit that they have been able to build up here, the Springboks, because, I mean, 12 points isn't actually as bad as it could have been for Argentina. There's still 2 converted tries within winning this game, but that is expecting them to stop any points on the board for South Africa in the second half, which is going to be almost impossible for the Pumas to do so. Is South Africa going to pull out of this comp and play in England next year, so they don't have to travel too far, or have they changed their minds? I think they are going to be playing the Rainbow Cup. South Africa teams are going to be heading north for the Rainbow Cup, and also those teams are going to be heading south for the United Rugby Championship, it is going to be called, but I'm not sure about international level yet of whether or not we are going to get to see the Springboks once again in the Rugby Championship. I know that there is a series planned at this stage. Wales have decided to take on all the big dogs. They have got the likes of, it will be Fiji, Australia, New Zealand, and also it will be South Africa that they have decided that they want to take on, which is very, it's impressive that they have decided that they are going to be trying to take on all of the Southern Hemisphere giants. Other than Argentina, they have left them out because they just played them a couple times for the July Test Series. But yeah, I am extremely excited to see how those matches go as well. There's so much rugby on at the moment. Anyone who does follow the Bunnings NPC, it is the New Zealand provincial competition. We have had some good games of rugby. We normally follow about 4 or 5 of those on this channel a week. We do the live streams for them. We have a chat while they are going on as well. We have got there in the chat, if Argentina, wait a minute, if Argentina get a try first in the second half, they will get their tails up. Yeah, they just need to find a way of breaking that defense. As soon as they break through, I feel like it's one of those ones, could start giving them that confidence. They've got big forwards. They just haven't quite been able to break through. But we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case in the second one. And we have got Call of Duty for Life as well, says JJJ. And also we have got who is Ireland playing in France, if you know as well, says 11J said. I believe Ireland have scheduled in, who are they going to play? Ireland. This is going to annoy me. I'm going to actually look it up while we have got a little bit of a moment, because I know that Ireland have actually planned a series. If I'm not wrong, I think it is going to be, actually, they've got a series against the All Blacks at some stage coming very soon. We all go World Rugby fixtures as well. World Rugby fixtures. There we go. And we will see exactly who is going to be playing. I know that there's a couple more Rugby World Cup qualifying ones as well. We've got just 2, dude. So I said, Michael, sorry. I'll get very excited for these matches that we are going to get to see in the future. I'm just, I feel like it's also because I'm running on just pure sleep deprivation, because it is currently sitting 4 a.m. here in New Zealand. I think the last time I slept, it would have been, I've been awake for 17 hours. And also we have done 4 live streams so far today. So I think my brain is scrambled, that is for sure. Ireland are playing Japan in the 6th of November. And also, who was the other one? France are playing Argentina for an interesting one going to be happening on that same date of the 6th of November. And Ireland taking on New Zealand near the end of the year as well. So a couple big matches being played for both of these sides, Ireland and France, like you were mentioning, 11J said. But yeah, it should be very exciting. We have what's got there, Springboks new recruits, showing class. So think our future in good hands as well. And yeah, like you mentioned, the future is bright for South African rugby. Apolele Fassi, he is one of those players who I expect we are going to get to see very often in the future, just because he is such a talent. Like he looks like he's got all the time in the world on the ball. Like the way that he was juggling that one, a lot of players down the wing would have absolutely just blown that opportunity. But he was just able to somehow just keep going. And he was able to just find a way of making it work. He was just kind of knocking it around all over the place and then still running at full pace to be able to put that ball down. Absolutely phenomenal from the man. Great commentary, Hamish. Ian in Cape Town as well, says Ian. And also we have got there Los Pumas, says Claudio. And also you're doing excellent, says Michael. Thank you very much, mate. And we have got, who's your favourite player outside of New Zealand, says Tristan. That's a good question. Favorite player outside of New Zealand? I feel like I know a lot of people say it, but like Cheslin Colby or someone along those lines, just because of the fact that he isn't the biggest player in the world, but he certainly has a lot of skill and he has got a very good future for the Boks as well. I think, to be honest, who was the player? There was someone in the South African Rainbow Cup that I was really enjoying watching. I think it might have actually been maybe Pepsi Buthelezi. I was quite enjoying watching throughout this competition for the Rainbow Cup for the Sharks. But then there's also another South African player I'm trying to think of off the top of my head who I can't quite think of right at this moment. I think it could be something to do with the fact that it is 4 a.m. though. But I feel like at a normal hour, I would be able to tell you that name off the top of my head. We have got You Need a Job as a true sports commentator as well, says it Mo Gammett. Maybe one day we will be able to get hired. But I feel like that's one thing I absolutely love about this format is the fact that like a real kind of commentary role, you don't get to talk to 500 people who are in the chat or all of you guys messaging messages, also writing messages. It is absolutely awesome for you guys to all be here, and it just makes this much more fun and 100% worth it. It is currently late here in New Zealand, like I mentioned, but I would not miss this game for the world because of the fact that I not only get to watch some good rugby, but I get to hang out with some pretty awesome people in the chat as well. When do South Africa play the Kiwis? That is going to be in October. I believe I will quickly go back to those fixtures and see the exact date for you, but I believe it is going to be mid-October. If I'm not wrong, it is going to be actually 2nd of October and also the 25th of September are the two games that the two sides are going to be playing. And we have also got their tackle completion is a bad way to look at the Boks defense. They don't care about that they are all about attack disruption. That is a very good point as well, because of the fact that, like, at the end of the day, they missed, I think it was 40 tackles in one of those games up against the British and Irish Lions. British and Irish Lions didn't score tries. So that is a big one to look at. And we have got Jaden has asked for a shout out. Shout out to you, Jaden, mate. And sorry, I'm late. What did I miss? You missed 2 tries so far in this first half. It was Kobus Reinach and also Abelele Fassi, both scoring them down that left wing side. And then we have seen Argentina playing an interesting game. It is a situation of, unfortunately, they're deciding to take on the 3-pointers rather than going for 7s at times, which could end up possibly costing them later on in this match, but we will have to wait and see. But just the 2 tries, 1 more try for South Africa, and that would actually give them the bonus point, which then would give them 5 points in the Rugby Championship. These are the live standings as we are sitting, although not live before this game, I should mention. So if Argentina somehow get within 7, they will get a 1-point bonus point. And then if if South Africa can win by 3 or more tries in this game, they will end up with that bonus point that will put them up there close to the All Blacks, who had a record-winning win over Australia in New Zealand as well, the biggest win that they've ever had up against the side, and it was a very impressive one indeed. We have also got in there, thanks mate, says Steve, no worries mate, and we have got there, thanks for staying up and for the great commentary. You're providing a much needed service, regards from Cape Town, as well, says Pierre, and we are here every single week as well, and I absolutely love doing them. We have been following World Rugby just in general for the past, I believe we are sitting at the past 10 months I have been doing the commentary, and we recently brought up our 100th rugby live stream, which is why in the chat you can see every once in a while some people who are the channel members who have access to those emojis do put a golden 100, and that was to celebrate the fact that we have been able to do 100 live streams in only the past 10 months, which is pretty awesome indeed. And we have also got there AB's number 1. Australia did good today. Same score, AB's 57 and South Africa 0. Balance South Africa too much. I talk too much. You go, Blacks, Namibia supports you as well, says Colvin. And also we have got thanks a million for this. I can't find the game in Spanish TV, says Claudio as well, which is interesting that they don't show it on more availability, like options for people from around the world, because we always have so many people from all around the world, and it is absolutely awesome. But we have got there, Sebastian has put in those golden 100s in the chat. And we have got World Cup winners, Rugby Championship winners, and British and Irish Lions tour winners. Trophy cabinet is full, says Brave Star as well. And Bok says is, and also we have got thanks listening from Panama as well, says Steve. I believe it is our first ever viewer we've had from Panama as well. So thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Hugely appreciate it. Do let me know the time in Panama at the moment. I'm not too familiar with their time zone, I'll be honest, at the stage. And we have got there in the chat box, South Africa, says Shirley, and also it's the only way we can watch here in Qatar. Thanks, mate, for the great commentary, says Theo, and thank you very much for tuning in as well. I think this is almost possibly the most different countries we have had watching a live stream at once, which is absolutely awesome. Best live commentary on the net. Nice one, Kiwi lad, says Mark Smith, and once again, very much appreciated there, mate. I don't want South Africa to concede a try. How many tries do you need for a bonus point? So pretty much this competition, they have gone with the rule of it can be, you can kind of concede as many tries as you want, as long as you have ended up with 3 or more tries than your opponent. So we saw it in the All Blacks game up against the Wallabies as an example. They had 8 tries. The Wallabies had 3. So the All Blacks ended up receiving that bonus point. So if South Africa get one more try in this one, they will have the bonus point. If Argentina score, then that cancels it out. And Argentina, for then, if they end up giving away another try to the Springboks, then it would be in the situation of the Springboks ending up with a few, or one more bonus point, I should say, at this stage. And we have got there in the chat. Thanks for the great comments. Support in Fiji as well, says Island Boy for real. So that means Fiji are on the same time frame as New Zealand. So it's currently 4 a.m. there. So that is commitment as well from you, mate. And we have got excellent commentary, says Talana, and also great to have excellent commentary, says it was a little bit earlier on, and that was from Renee, or Rennie. Might be Rennie, actually. Sorry, I might have pronounced that wrong. Please share that link when we can watch it after the game is done as well, says Rajad. That is a good point. I will be able to hopefully be able to find that, although it will be available about 30 minutes after this live stream is finished. I believe it will be on the All Blacks YouTube channel. So what I can do, normally what we do for these matches is I do a post-match review where we look through all of the stats and everything along those lines. And once they do release those ones on the All Blacks YouTube channel, if they release them in the middle of the night, which hopefully they will, then I will be able to share that link with you guys. But I'm sure there will be an option on YouTube that I can find you guys for the post-match review as well. We have also got there 11 a.m. in Panama at the moment, so a great time to start watching a game of rugby and tune in from the UK because I don't have Sky as well, says Daryl. And I think that is one thing I absolutely love doing, or love about doing these live streams as well, is because of the fact that it's either like there are some countries that don't have these games available. There are other countries that like have such expensive subscription services for people to be able to watch these games. And I want to provide the free commentary for you guys so you get that live feel rather than, because watching the highlights after a game is great, but you don't get that feel of the game the whole time, and you don't also get the chance to be able to chat with so many people in the chat. Welcome from Pakistan as well, says Assad. So welcome in to the live stream as well, mate. And we have got cheers, much appreciated, says Rajad. And also we have got Lekker commentary, says Thabiat. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I do. Thank you very much. How long is halftime? It seems like a long time at this stage. Hopefully only another few minutes though, and then we will be back into the second half enjoying the game, says Damien. And so far we have had 2 tries, which is actually more than the Springboks scored in that last match up against the British and Irish Lions. And I think they are chasing a bonus point here, the Boks. They haven't been kicking for the corner too often because of the fact that Argentina are still just hanging themselves in this game. They seem to be they're one of those sides you can't count out, because as soon as you count out the Pumas, that is when they can really strike and score themselves a lot of points. Thank you for the from Buenos Aires as well. And we have got a new member to the channel. I do see Inacio. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly, has joined the membership. So if you do want access to those channel emojis that now Inacio will be able to have access to, it is the pin comment of the channel, or a pin comment of the chat, I should say. Or also there is a join button under the Kiwi Lads, or next to the Kiwi Lads, I believe, in the description, if I'm not wrong, something along those lines. But yeah, thank you very much, Inacio. So the description, that's the wrong word. So the emojis you can use in the chat, I believe they can pop up there in the bottom corner for you, and you will have access to this giant inflatable All Black as one of the emojis, as well as the Golden 100 as well. But I do appreciate that very much for you becoming a channel member, mate. And welcome to the Kiwi Lads. We have got, thanks, lads. We are taking your live feed on our radio station in South Africa. Good job as well, says, is this real as well? Is that actually a thing? Do they actually have me on the radio? Which is kind of awesome if that is the case. So welcome everyone from South Africa who is listening on the radio. I guess that is the case. That is the first time I've heard that, so that is pretty awesome as well. And we have got at that stage Springbok real test will be against the All Blacks. Yeah, that is the big game that everyone's looking forward to. Also, Springboks Wallabies, I think it's having a little bit of hype around it because of the fact that it will be interesting depending on how long it takes for Springboks to get used to Australian conditions. That first game up against the Wallabies could be a little bit closer than people expect, but we have also got there, no bro, South Africa is too strong in the forwards, too great as well, says Damien. And also we have got hi Leon here from South Africa, go Bok, as well from Leon Adams. And we have got exactly well said, even YouTube haven't posted third test line box yet, haven't they? I feel like that's one of those ones they need to get those highlights up for like every game after they are live, because of the fact, like, there's always going to be people who want to watch these games, and you've got to provide that free option, even if it's just to get people to possibly have a chance of being able to sign up for a subscription. People at the end of the day aren't going to pay like huge amounts of money to be able to watch a game if it is that situation of they can't see it for free to see whether or not, you got to give them that teaser of whether or not they will want to commit to it. But at this stage, the halftime interviews are almost done, so we are almost here for the second half. Now we have got hi from Vernon as well, and hello from Inacio. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Do let me know if I have got that wrong. Oh my God, you're on the radio in South Africa. So says Tristan. Which radio on South Africa, says Shirley Jacobs as well. I am kind of keen to find this out, so do let me know at Accent on Point, says Keaton. Thank you very much, mate. Got the Kiwi accent here, and it is currently sitting 4 a.m. here in New Zealand, so hopefully it is going to be a very exciting second half between these two sides, and we get to see a few more tries. Excellent commentary from South Africa, Kobus, as well in the chat. And of course, someone who shares your first name, Kobus Reinach, able to score the first try of this match for the Springboks. The other try scored by Pelefasi, only the two so far in this match. The Springboks, they will be chasing the bonus point, and if they can get one more, it will be very exciting because they will all of a sudden have that bonus point on the cards. We have got there. I'm watching in South Africa and just love your commentary. You're professional as well. Says it was Randy. So thank you very much, mate. All straight away, the Springboks have unfortunately not been able to retain that kickoff, or get that kickoff, I should say, for Kando Isa, just straight away driving forward here for Los Pumas. Gives it back now into the hands of Sanchez. Good tackle from Stein. But straight away, you can see that Argentina, they know that they need a try early on in the second half. Marcos Crema hitting it up now, gives it to Escura. Julian Montoya going to be tackled there by Quaha Smith, who is trying to roll away nicely now, going short side here. Good hands from De La Fuente, taking it to ground. Escura once again passing it back across to the left-hand side, gives it to Fukando Isa, who always tries to make those meters for a side. Found the offload, should say as well. And now it is going to be Guido Petty driving for 40 meters out here for the Pumas here. It's going to be Nicolas Sanchez, or been in the ears back there almost. It was going to be Shoko Barres, who was able to find his way through the gap. But once again, this is phase after phase. They're already up to 9 phases in only a minute since the second half started. So they are playing at a frantic pace here, the Pumas. But once again, the South African defense is just well and truly holding up. It is very hard to break it. And that is what they're going to have to do here. Carreras trying to drive forward, but low. Able to get in there, almost steal that ball, going short ball now into the hands of almost Quaha Smith, trying to get the interception. 12 phases now for the Pumas, going back, and it's going to be a drop goal attempt from Nicolas Sanchez. It's gone nowhere near going over, unfortunately, unless he's trying to bounce it over. That is. And now Elton Yankees will clear the lines of the Springboks, just finding touch 20 meters out now, and Argentina are going to have the opportunity. There was an interesting choice there to go for the drop kick from so far out, and we have got my parents streaming here, as well as Damien, also excellent commentary from South Africa, and the October 2nd and September 25th. If it hasn't changed, the Box will play the All Blacks, says Cameron. And I believe at this stage, the games are supposed to be taking place in New Zealand, but now there is a chance that they will be taking place rather than in New Zealand. It will be in Australia, but they still will be taking place, which is pretty awesome. And the Box don't have a good away record. Yeah, those games against the Wallabies, they're going to be those big ones to watch because of the fact that it's one of those ones. If the Wallabies can somehow cause an upset in one of those two games, then the Rugby Championship could go the way of the All Blacks, and then the Springboks would have to win both of their games up against the All Blacks to be able to stop them. Because of that bonus point that they received, that's going to be a penalty there to Argentina. Thinking about taking it quickly, Quaha Smith just knocking the ball around on the ground, and because of it now, does give them the opportunity. Do they take the 3? That's a question we have got there. Don't want to take your viewers away, but we are on S&K or S&K radio as well. Is this real? And we have got there. No one goes for more drop goals than Argentina, says Gregory. That is a good point. They go for a lot of them. 21, 3 tries as well, says I Don't Care Media. At this stage, it is not the case. They have actually converted 3 of their penalty attempts. So at this stage, it is the situation of 2 tries. Kobus Reinach and also Apalele Fassi was the man who was able to get the other try. And we have got, thanks Kiwi Bro, as well, says Neil. And also we have got, what's your prediction for this match? I said it was going to be the Springboks by 8 or Argentina by 4, but I think I am now well and truly going in that direction of the Springboks by 8 or more. And we have also got there, Go Killenbach, as well, says Water. And also we have got there, I was hoping that you would commentate like the guy from Aussie Man Reviews. Says Zach, I feel like I can't use as many swear words as that man in the sentence. He is very quick with the amount that he rattles off. Of course, I speak quick at the best of times, but yeah, adding the swear words in between would definitely be a challenge. But we have got Go Bok as well from Bianca, and also bring on the All Blacks, says Trevor. And could you list the players on the field when you get a gap, says Dr. Jack. I can do you one better at this stage with the score now being 21 points to 12. I've made a little animation. There we go. That is the side for the South African side that they have put out there. Although I do see now Dweber has been taken off, and it is going to be Malcolm Marks who has made his way out there. So for now, I will have that lineup up, and then I will put up the Argentine side as well. But for anyone who is just tuning in now, it is 21 to South Africa and 12 to Argentina. It's going to be running sideways now. Jasper Visa with a very good carry. Able to make quite a few meters for the Box, and at this stage, going to be 45 meters out. Going to be Vincent Koch also making his way out onto the field now. So they have made a few early changes here, the Springboks. I'm wondering whether or not they have changed the whole front row. I'm looking around to see if I can see Oxnard almost taken nicely there by Apalele Fassi. Little knock on from Santiago Carreras. And because of it, now the Boks are going to have another opportunity. Going to be Ludiaga trying to drive forward, getting driven sideways though on that tackle. Very nicely done by Argentina. And they need to make sure that they are going to be a wall like the defense of the Boks. That one was knocked on there by, it was Elton Yankees. The referee was laughing there with that drop ball of Yankees, which is an interesting one. But now it is going to be the scrum feed for Argentina as well, who I am showing on the screen here next to me. And also, once we have had them up for just a little bit longer, we will be putting up the reserves that both of these sides have got, including the benches that have already been emptied. It is Malcolm Marx and also Vincent Koku already out on the field. I haven't seen Nakanya out there yet, so I believe at this stage it is still the man who was in the starting lineup, which is Oxnashay. Just having a look around, seeing whether or not I can spot him. Of course, we have got a scrum now, so this is the perfect opportunity to see it. I'm looking, okay, it is still Oxnashay at this point. So that is the only sub that they have made, or the two subs, I should say, Malcolm Marx, and also it is a Vincent Koch who has also made his way out onto the field. There are a few drinks being run out there at the moment. There are a lot of players who have been put in a shift, including Jesper Visa, who in the end, 43 meters carried from 5 carries, 4 defenders beaten, and 3 tackles made. Had a busy day at the office, that is for sure. We have got there, don't stress, we will get the bonus point as well, says Steve. And also we have got, are you still up? Great work. Thanks for giving us a rundown as well, says Andrew. Yeah, at this stage we are sitting 4:10 a.m. here in New Zealand, but I did not want to miss this game. I normally have a sleep before these games take place, but I didn't for this one because I was trying to sort out a little microphone that we have got for when we do split screen, or not split screen, but me and someone else sitting next to me. This fella doesn't talk, but when I do have a real person here, we have got 2 separate little microphones that will hopefully be working out not too bad. But at this stage now, it's going to be the scrum feed for the Pumas. And it is going to be the first scrum for Malcolm Marx and Vincent Koch. Actually, it is going to be the scrum feed for Kobus Reinach because of the fact that there was a double knock-on into that last opportunity. A great push there from the Springboks. They've got the advantage as well. Kobus Reinach, kick him behind, up a little fussy, plenty of pace. It's an awkward bouncing one. And because of it now, it is going to be a penalty to South Africa once again. Come on the Bok. As well, says David, and also we have got this new Bok team must show their stamina and carry intensity to the end as a first choice team can, says Leon, and that's a good point. They need to close out this match well. They've got some very good players off the bench for the Springboks, and it will be interesting to see whether or not they can keep up. Oh, okay, they're going for the 3-pointer here, and that is something that has happened quite often throughout this match. Anytime Argentina get 3 points, South Africa, when they get that opportunity, do also take on the 3 points, which I feel like it's very strategic but very smart at the same time. Oh, Henry, I love when you speak foreign as well, says I don't get media, and also we have got there in the chat, gotta love Irish refs. They laugh in your face when you mess up, says Sebastian. Yeah, he is from Ireland. The referee, I can't remember his name. Come on, Box, go for the line out, says Steve. Yeah, they still need to chase that bonus point at some stage, but at this stage, I feel like they think they can still get it later on in this match. It is going to be Elton Yankees who will be taking on this one once we are going to be seeing this kick lined up by Elton Yankees, currently sitting 4 from 5 in this matchup so far. That is the standings in the Rugby Championship. With South Africa winning this one, they will move up onto 4 points. If they get the bonus point for being 3 or more tries ahead, as you can see down the bottom for the competition points, it will mean that they will be on 5 points also. But they want to win this game they would have to win it by 36 points to be able to be ahead of the All Blacks. But anywhere that gets you a bonus point is certainly a very good position to be in into this competition. Australia, unfortunately, ending up with that loss to New Zealand, 57 points to 22 in the end. But the Elton Yankees now going to be taken on this kick from about 25 out on the angle. Has struck it well. Has he struck it well enough? Yes, he has. And now this kick has gone over. So the score is going to be 24 to the Springboks and 12 to Argentina. Still believe the Bok can get to 30 as well, says Luke. And also Argentina is playing better than expected. Props to them, says Luke as well. And yeah, that's the thing. They haven't played in a month, Argentina. But a lot of these Springbok players also, I guess you could say, haven't played in a while for them. That was well struck by Elton Yankee. So kicking well so far. 5 from 6. Doing it very nicely for his side. Kicked off long there. Going to be taken nicely by Jesper Visa. They are on the 22-meter line here for the Boks. I've been calling them the Boks a lot. I've almost given them that nickname at this stage. I normally call them the Springboks, but I feel like I've been shortening it big time to be able to fit in more other words that I have been saying. Kobus Reinach there, firing that high up at Lelefasi, chasing it. That's been a battle and a half in the air between Carreras and also Upper Lelefasi, but that one's gone backwards, and the Pumas now have got this one in hand. It's going to be an advantage as well against the Springboks. It's a knock-on advantage. So that means more than likely Eskura is going to be sending this ball back to the sky. And I have to say, Upper Lelefasi so far has been chasing the kicks a lot better, or beautifully taken there as well, but they're going back now for the scrum. Yeah, he's been chasing the kicks a lot better than Argentina have. They need to really commit someone to chasing them hard to try and put the pressure on the man taking the kicks, because we have seen so far Etsabev was even able to take one, and then from there fired it out the back line, and Apalele Fassi, I believe, was able to score that try, if I'm not wrong, when it did have a bonus point needed to complete as well. There's Theabiat. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Hopefully I wasn't a mile off what language is this bloke speaking as well. Says Henk, I am speaking speed English, which pretty much means I talk at about 1,000 words a second, and I hope that you guys are able to keep up with it, but I can go as quickly as I need to. I need to actually get a job as an auctioneer, I think, or maybe a horse racing commentator around the stretch, at this stage. We are doing rugby for now. We have got there in the chat as well. We have got the Kieran's and Go Bok as well, says Tito, and also we have got, and there your commentary is amazing. Thank you. And that is from South Africa, says Paul Master as well, and Lekka Bok, says Tabiat, and also we have got Go Bok, says Johan, go for the bonus point, says Tabiat as well, and that is exactly what the Springboks need to make sure they get in this matchup if they want any chance of being able to catch the All Blacks. Of course, they have still got plenty of opportunities to do so throughout this Rugby Championship. It's all going to come down to those games between the Springboks, and also it will be the All Blacks, but that's going to be a penalty too. It will be the Springboks just inside of their own half here, and it was the players just a little bit ahead of the kicker. No, sorry, it was a head-high tackle as the call, so now they will be possibly kicking for the corner of the box. Are you from South Africa, says the wet nude? Unfortunately, no, I am not. I am from New Zealand, so we are currently sitting 4:15 a.m. here in New Zealand, but I never want to miss a Springbok game because of the fact that they are always entertaining ones, and this game, the first of the Rugby Championship for both of these sides, it's going to be Francis Lowe taking on this kick from far out at this stage. And we have got there, slow it down, trying to understand what the hell you say. It says, good. Yeah, I just sped it up at that stage just because of the fact that someone wasn't sure what language I was speaking. But normally I do get a little bit too excited and I end up well and truly just speeding up. So I do apologize for that if I do end up going a little bit too speedy. And thanks for the commentary as well, says Neil. And we have got there in the chat, Argentina is playing better than expected. Props to them. And also call the Greyhounds of the TAB, says Wicked Knight. And also we have got there, who do you think will win the championship, says Oliver? It's either going to be, in my opinion, it's either going to be the Springboks or the All Blacks. And it all comes down to who wins those games between the two sides. But Francis Stay now lining this one up from a long way out. And he has got it, as he know, just away to the left-hand side. And we have got, you are an honorary Bok, mate. As well says, it is a Gerhard. And I do appreciate that a lot, mate. Because of the fact, it's one of those ones that I always mention it. The respect shown between New Zealand and Australia, New Zealand and South Africa is just one of those rivalries. Like out on the field, they'll just absolutely go to war for 80 minutes, but afterwards, they will have a handshake, they will have a beer after the matchup. And it's just one of those awesome rivalries that just everyone kind of knows that when these two sides play, it is an absolute clinical performance from both, and it's going to be exciting to see how they go in 25th of September and 2nd of October is when those two ones are, and how is it a head high when Argentina had the ball, says Chris Seo, or maybe it was offside. I may have caught that one around the wrong way in that regard, but now it's going to be, Santiago Caderas once again not able to take that ball, and he has not had a good day with the ball in hand when he has been jumping for those ones that will knock on, though, from both sides. So we are going back now for the scrum to the Springboks, 40 metres out from the line, and it's a guy wearing a mask, as it well, says Steve. And also we have got there South Africa from Mornay, and also we have got the South African flags from Leo as well from Scotland. Thought our accents are hard enough as well, says Quinton. Yeah, I am sorry about, sometimes I get too excited and I just end up speeding up well and truly. But I have got a Scottish name. Hamish is actually the name that I have got there. And we have got our Hamish that does 3 words in a second and a sip of water in a year as well, says Sebastian. That is one thing. You guys have never seen me drink a single sip of water on any of these live streams, which feels very strange because of the fact that, hydration is very important, but just something I've never done on live stream. I always do it after or in between. Where do you live in New Zealand, says Brian? I do live in South Canterbury, which I guess the easiest way to describe it is halfway kind of between Christchurch and Dunedin, kind of straight in the middle. Have you tried horse racing? You would be bloody brilliant. Appreciate that, Quinton. I've thought about it. I've also auctioneer is another one, trying to sell some houses in the regard of you just speed talking. We have also got there, just joined. Has it been? Quick summary, says George. So far we've seen some good defensive plays from the Springboks and also some good attacking plays down the left wing side with the 2 tries. Kobus Reinach, and also it was Apalele Fasi who was able to score off a cross kick. Other than that, though, there are actually only 2 tries scored in this match, 4 penalties for Argentina, as they do always end up going for those threes. They didn't go for the corner too often in that first half. South Africa, though, scoring the 2 tries, and now the bonus point, if they get one more, will be on the cards for them to be able to get 5. Hopefully that wasn't too bad of a summary. Do let me know if you want a little bit more information than that as well. And we have got there, we have got you watching, or you got 800 people watching. Paul Bihar Sport has about 100 watching secret as well, says live starts. I'm not sure. I have no idea how we have been able to get so many people watching at a time. It's one of those ones that I guess I don't really know, to be fair. It's kind of, I think it is just the regulars who do always end up tuning in for these live streams day in, day out. Like, there aren't all of you guys, like the ones who are members as well. I think you guys have pretty much been at every single live stream we have been doing as of late. So I'm not sure whether that has anything to do with it, but I really don't know what makes you guys stick around. I guess it is one of those ones. I guess we could ask the chat as well in that regard. And we have got there a lot of kicking, says Chris. Yeah, we've had a lot of box kicks so far, but Santiago Carreras in the number 15 jersey just hasn't quite been able to get it right up against Apalele Fassi in the air. We have got Hamish. Is it true that the wild wallabies that live, there are wild wallabies that live around Waimea and just walk around in the town like the roosters and chickens do in the Key West? I haven't seen a wallaby in town, but I know that about maybe 3 or 5 minutes out of town, we have got quite a few wild wallabies lurking, but we have got some of the park as well. But now it's going to be off the back there. Good run from Francis Stein now. Going short side here for the box, and they have got men running forward. Almost a little bit of obstruction there, unfortunately. I believe it was the case. Even Etzevev down just a little bit, and the knock-on is the call there. So now, because of it, it is going to be the scrum feed for the Pumas as well. We have got them in there. We have also got there. Awesome. Thanks for the updates, man. Says Nelson, no worries, mate, and enjoying the commentary, says Allison, and also can't wait for the Titans to clash, says Tabia, and going for the box by 30. And at this stage, it's going to be Escura coming off the field, and Bertrano is going to be the man replacing him, and also Della Fluente off the field for Cancellieri, or something along those lines. I don't think I can pronounce that correctly, unfortunately. And we have Oscar. We need another try. Come on, please, says Mary. Yeah, chasing the bonus here for chasing the bonus point. Here for the Springboks would be ideal, as it would give them the 5 points rather than only the 4. But we have Oscar. We need another try. Come on, and also cheers, dude. Found you during Lions Tour. Now my favorite way to get the games as well, says George, and that is something that I absolutely love hearing in the chat, because of the fact, like, at the end of the day, I try and provide these commentaries for you guys who either don't have access to the game or also aren't able to get like a subscription to the game. So it's kind of that one of, I love to provide the free commentary and also just have an awesome chat with you guys while we are talking about it as well. And we have also got the Rugby Guru commentary is down, says Adrian. I haven't actually seen whether or not, was he going to be streaming this game? I assume he would have been with the Springboks, but what has happened to his Adrian? Do let me know. We have got weather tries, exciting enough. I enjoyed the cross kick one that was scored, and also Kobus Reinach. It was, in the end, just a little bit of a loose ball from Argentina, which then ended up going to ground. Reinach running about 60 meters, or maybe, 40 meters down the wing, and he was able to go all the way to score it. And then Apalele Fassi scoring off the cross kick of Elton Yankees, being kicked high now. Almost taken by Fassi, but it has been a little knock on once again from Argentina. Double knock on there. And we are going back for another scrum. A lot of scrums in the second half so far. New here, great commentary as well, says Charles. So thank you very much. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Everyone who is watching at the moment, also be sure to leave a like. I'm not sure how many likes we are sitting on at the moment. We got 100 by halftime. We are sitting on 177 at the moment. So let's see if we can push our way all the way to 200 before around, how long are we sitting? We will go 200 by 70 minutes. Let's see if we can do it. We have got you commentate so well. We feel the need to just add your voice, or add our voice nonstop as well, says Leon Adams. And yeah, I absolutely love you guys in the chat, like being here for every single live stream. And also it just makes it that much more fun. Like, I could sit here by myself commentating these games, but it's not the same as like having you guys in the interaction kind of side of it, because you're not biased as well, says Steve. And that is a good point. Even for the All Blacks versus Wallabies games, I try my best to try and have an even kind of unbiased opinion on the games, because of the fact that I think a lot of other guys probably have their favorite sides. And I guess it can be one of those ones that your commentary, I've found, I mean, it's pretty obvious on TV as well with New Zealand. For Justin Marshall, if you guys know exactly who that is, he always ends up in that situation of being extremely biased towards the All Blacks. So it is pretty awesome that, like, I am able to sit down the middle and kind of see the best of both sides, rather than just seeing the one kind of thing, if that makes sense. Your accent sounds South African, as well, says the vet. The vet. So maybe it is because of these South African names that I have been saying that I'm slowly picking up a little bit more of an accent there. A good, interesting, well-informed commentary. There is no secret. Keeps us able to support our team, says Josh Spike as well. And you can come and do game out auctions here in South Africa, says Coos. And that is something I have also mentioned on a live stream in the past. I want to be able to go to South Africa and watch some games live in a few years' time. But now it's going to be Elton Yankees going short side. Decided not to use Fussy on the outside, but 20 meters out now. Reinach gives it to Jasper Visa with a bit of a spin as well. Rodrigo Bruni able to drag him down and get him the tongue roll going at the moment. But Malcolm Marks here getting one of his first carries of the second half. Still only 12 points difference in this game here, but they will be wanting to find themselves one more try here for South Africa to get the bonus point. It's going to be going back. Jasper Visa, they've got numbers on the outside when they decide to use them. But instead, it looks like they are going to be going back across field to the left-hand side. Reinhardt gives it to Etzebeth, the big man driving forward. He has been tackled as well. Going back now, Malcolm Marks once again getting the carry. Nakania on his shoulder. And at this stage now, Reinhardt just having a little bit of a standstill, trying to work out exactly what side would be best to go to here for the Boks. Up to 9 phases now for them. They are going to be trying to pierce their way through. Malcolm Marks tackled a little bit high there by, I believe it would have been the man in the number 21 jersey, Bertrano. Going back now, Reinhardt gives it to Visa once again. How many carries has that man had in this match so far? He has been everywhere, but Reinhardt now offloads it back. They've got the advantage as well. Willemse able to find the pass now on the outside. Oh, Jesse Creel held onto that one rather than giving it to Nkosi, as he was extremely close to the touchline. Luta Yaga now driving forward as well. And Jesse Creel looks like he's down with a bit of an injury. I swear that's almost the first time that man has touched the ball as well in this game. Now going to be driving forward once again here for the Springboks in the hands of Francis Steyn, getting driven sideways, almost ripped away by the Argentine player. I believe it would have been the Guido Petty, but he was offside there, unfortunately, which does now mean we'll be going back once again for another penalty to South Africa. Right, they are 2 tries ahead. They are 12 points ahead. Do they go for the corner here, or do they take the 3 points to get outside of 2 tries? It's going to be an interesting one, that is for sure. I will try my best to read all the chat as well. We have got a whole heap of people here at the moment. I do appreciate you guys all being here for this one. You must apply to do some auctions also, mate, as well, says Yorandan. And also we have got their good commentary. Keep going, says Wayne. Thank you very much, mate. And come on, Bok, third try for the bonus point. They're going for the 3 points, the Springboks. So they must still feel that they've got plenty of time to be able to, end up in the situation of possibly being able to, get a late try in this one. We have got stumbled across your commentary because Rugby Guru is missing. Hope it's nothing serious, says Russell. I think more than likely maybe it could be the case of possibly the internet for the Rugby Guru. I know that he's been having a few technical difficulties recently, so it could be something to do with that Wi-Fi. Perhaps appreciate the quick commentary as well, says Pressure, and that one has gone over from Elton Yankee. So now the score after 58 minutes in this game. This says 63, but this says 58, and it is currently 27 to South Africa, 12 to Argentina. So back to 15 points as the difference here. And we have got Let's Go Box, says Pressure. And also we have got, tell you what, the chat is going extremely quick at the moment. I do appreciate every single one of you guys being here. If you're new to the channel, be sure to leave a like. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't already. And at this stage, it is going extremely quick. I will try my best to read all the chat. I think I may have to come back to this one to possibly read all those messages that I have missed, or else I think I may end up being about 5 minutes behind in terms of being able to catch up. We have also got your commentary is out of the top draw as well, says Mark. Thank you very much, mate. South Africa represented as well, says Awam. And also think the Boks are going for the win line out, says Steve. But they instead decided to go for the 3 points. And like someone said then, they're going for the win. It's whether or not they can find their way over the try line. I'm wondering whether or not they know the fact that they need to get one more try to be able to get in that situation of 3 or more tries ahead. And then it would be the bonus point on the cards. I think they are just talking about it now, the commentary side. Jasper Visa, he has been through a battle today, that is for sure. He's had so many carries in this matchup so far, been hit hard in the tackles, but also just making meters for fun. That man still driving forward. But in the end, I believe he just got held up a little bit, which then resulted in Argentina being able to take that one back. And now it is going to be the scrum feed. We need try as well, says Mary. And also we have got common box, one more try. And how do you have the players' names so fluent during play? Hardly a pause as ball moves from one another. Well done, says Josh Pike. I think it is just a case of I spend a lot of time researching these sides. So I think it's one of those ones. Some of the games I am a little bit rougher than others, but for these 2 sides, I try my best to research as much as I can about them so that the commentary kind of can roll as smooth as it can, because of the fact, I guess commentary is one of those ones, it's a little bit difficult, but then also adding a whole heap of people in the chat as well that I am trying to read the messages as well. It's kind of a bit of a kind of back and forth type arrangement. That one's gone into touch there for South Africa. So now 40 meters out from their own line, the Pumas are going to have this line out throw, but it's one of those ones you kind of get used to having to remember the names straight away in that regard, or else you end up in that situation of, you can end up, as soon as you stutter once, you're in trouble because of the fact you get behind and then it can be very tough to catch up. That's going to be Rodrigo Bruni there. Now gives it to Julian Montoya, tackled by Vincent Koch, who is out on the field. I believe most of the subs for South Africa in terms of those forwards have been made already. Van Staden also out there, able to make that tackle. Escura now. Sorry, it would have been actually Bertrand who was able to kick that one downfield. Willemse now taking it just outside of the 22, puts it high, chased hard by Nkosi. Plenty of pace there, running hard of the ball, almost able to take it, but nicely taken by Santiago Carreras. And now it's opening up inside ball there into the hands of it was Bertrand, and now they were just missing that ball there, South Africa, unfortunately for them, or sorry, for Argentina, I should say. Kicking it downfield, found a lot of space in mind. If this one goes into touch, it would be the first 50-22 of the match. It's getting close to the touchline, but he has been able to recover that one. Kicking it back downfield, returning fire with a big boot there. And it looks like Willemse are telling Reinach to take it quickly, decides against it in the end. And now it will be the the line out for South Africa. And we have got go from Jonty as well, trying to need it for South Africa. And that would give them the bonus point if they were able to do so. We have got in there. Thanks for the awesome commentary, says Reyes. Thank you very much, mate, for tuning in. And Craig has said, great commentary, mate. Well done. And yeah, thank you all very much for tuning into the live stream. We've got 900 people viewing at the moment. And I don't know what our highest is for a amount of people watching at a single time. I think it might be around 940. So we are getting actually very close to that. So yeah, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new. Am awake, says Rio Gamer. Welcome into the live stream, mate. 4:30 a.m. here in New Zealand. Very early on. That is a short twist for South Africa, says Katie Dixon as well. And we have got, thank you for the brilliant commentary. Well done, says Peter in the chat. And you awesome, says Mark. Thank you very much, mate. Right back at you. Super cool, says Eddie as well. And we have got Los Pumas should naturalize some Benetton players as well. Or should naturalize some. I think that is naturalize, or is that neutralize? Might be neutralize, is it? I'm not too sure. But yeah, at this stage we have got you making South Africa proud. Bok, says Renee or Reen. Or Rennie, sorry. I said it about 5 different ways there. But now it is going to be a rolling ball for South Africa, currently working their way towards, possibly getting towards that 22. But Reinhardt going to once again be putting up the box kick from just inside of his own half. And it's once again going to be Nkosi chasing this one, taken very nicely. Oh, it's a great low tackle, though. And straight away, the Boks are all over the Pumas player, and it is going to be the penalty. And Reinhardt here thinking about taking the quick tap right this time. They have got the 15-point lead. They need to go for the corner. Is that halftime as well, says Quinton. We are currently sitting in the second half of this one, currently 63 minutes in, although this says 68 next to me, but it is currently 63 in at this stage. Let's go Bok as well, says fantastic charisma. And also we have got the Katie's revenue section as well, says Steve. And also we have got there, I'm getting famous for being late. I mean, better late than never is the saying, if I'm not wrong. And we have also got there, blushing in Panama as well. And also we have got enjoying the commentary, go Bok, says Craig. And also we have got 215 likes. So thank you all very much for that. It is hugely appreciated, all of the support you guys have been showing on this live stream. And yeah, if you are new to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you do want access to exclusive emojis like some of our members have been using in the chat, your name will also come up green, I should mention. And that is the pin comment, the top comment, pin chat link thing. Oh, I just punched a light, is actually the link to the membership channel. Well, I sold that terribly. So I feel like anyone who was thinking about it on the fence probably didn't now. But yeah, unfortunately, ended up messing up. That's a little bit of a promo for it, but pretty much it is $5 New Zealand a month and helps support the channel, and also gives you access to all of the emojis in the chat, and also exclusive member live streams. So that has been kicked across field from Alton Yankees there. Did end up pushing the player over there, I believe, if I'm not wrong, Corsi, but now it is going to be the line-out throw of Los Pumas once again. Flash score, looking into the future as well, says Chad Wilson. Maybe they are. They are just a little bit too far ahead in that regard. But that's the thing. It seems like it's only going to be possibly 11 in that situation, 11 minutes left. But we've currently got 16. There's still plenty of time in this one. Kiwi lads, is the pollen bad down there? I don't think it's been too bad here so far at this stage, which is good news. That's almost gone a little bit forward off the lineup, but now it is going to be Julian Montoya forced into touch, and now it is going to be the Springboks who have got the opportunity of having another line out. How far are you from Taranaki, Kiwi lad? I am half of the South Island, and then I guess half of the North Island as well. So it's probably, I have to at least go on a plane or a boat to be able to get to Taranaki, but I have been following them in the Bunnings NPC for a little bit, alongside a lot of those other countries. And it has been pretty awesome. Or sorry, not other countries, other regions. That was a shocking one. But yeah, it's been a very exciting competition to watch for the Bunnings NPC. And I am looking forward to all of the action that we are going to get to see tomorrow as well in that competition. We have got in there, Kiwi lads, it's the pollen bad, sorry. I think I already read that one, but now it's going to be passed back there for Bertrano using the back line here. Pablo Matera now having to run sideways because of that defense of the box. He is still running sideways, but he's found the offload, and now it's opened up the space on the outside here. It's going to be Bautista Dalgi trying to drive down the wing, 40 meters out now from the line of South Africa, and Argentina just need to burst their way through once. If they get one try here, it will all of a sudden make the bonus point almost out of reach for the Springboks. But we all have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case now. It's going to be Nicolas Sanchez passing it back there. And then as a Carrera, a lot of pressure on him from Etzebeth, and he is not a happy man at the moment for him missing that tackle. 45 meters out, it's going to be all four pass there. That was straight in front of the referee's eyes. Did travel forward, so now it is going to be another scrum for South Africa. Oh, bit of push and shove, and at this stage now, Cobus Reinhardt getting right in the face of Nicolas Sanchez. They are playing the boxing bow at the moment, and they are not too happy with each other at this stage, that is for sure. In other news, the flash score admin has been fired due to strong Kenjo as well. Says Sebastian, and also we have got there, Benny, we ain't ready for the Kiwis as well, says Steve in the chat. And also there's somebody from South Korea. There's literally rugby fans all over the world. And also Reinhardt must leave the field, please. He's too slow. And I believe the option on the replacement is actually Herschel Yankees, I believe. I will quickly put that up on the score or on the screen for you guys. That's the wrong one. Right, I've got so many of them for this matchup, but there we go. But at this stage, Nicolas Sanchez has been taken off the field, and it is going to be Domingo Mayotti who is making his way out there. So currently still 15 points difference in this one. So Argentina, they will need some form of points and a try to be able to get themselves a bonus point for being within 7. But these are the benches, and I think almost completely empty here for Argentina, other than a couple of maybe those front rowers they have decided to leave out. But overall, for South Africa, I believe Herschel Yankees and also it is a Morne Stain are the two that they haven't made yet. Also, I don't think Marvin Ori or it would be Funstaden is out there. So I think it is Dupre who is the other man who hasn't quite made his way out onto the field yet. I convert $5 New Zealand to RSA Rand as well, says Gary Jacobs. Oh, that's a good question. I think it is $5 New Zealand is, I think it's 50 Rand. No, sorry. I think it's 500 Rand. Australia, oh, sorry, not Australian, South African. If I'm not wrong, I know it kind of works like that. I feel like someone in the chat might be able to help me out in that regard, but I think it is $5 New Zealand is either 50 or 500 Rand, if I'm not wrong, in South African. Is it Rand? I don't even think Rand is the correct term, is it? But South African Rand, I think it is a South African Rand. Rand, if I'm not wrong, whoever's got there's 8 minutes, mate. As well, it says fantastic. And at this stage, actually, we have got a total of 13, but for some reason, Flash score is ahead, and it is 50 Rand, says Leon in the chat, and Herschel Yankees is replaced on the bench, as well, says Johannes. At this stage, he is going to be coming on late in this game, but on the halfway line now, once again, for the Springboks. Elton Yankees goes back to Willems, loose ball there, but it is going to be another penalty to the Springboks now, and unfortunately for them, just hasn't quite been going that way of the Pumas late in this one in terms of that penalty count. And Rand, as well, says Natasha, and great commentary, keep it up. Listening from South Africa, says the Smart Dog K9 Behaviour Training Centre, as well. So welcome in, and it is 50 Rand, as well, says Awam, for that kind of what's it called, the exchange rate, I should say. And we have also got there in the chat, toilet rails for more Rand 15 is to the dollar, says Steve, as well. So it would be just Googled it at present rate. It's exactly 51.87 Rand. Next time, Google it yourself, as well, says live starts. And also we have got Herschel Yankees was a late withdrawal. And it's actually, is that why I saw Jaden Hendrickson? That makes sense now, because the fact I saw Hendrickson for the national anthem and never quite clicked at the factor of why he would be out of there. But yeah, Jaden Hendrickson actually going to be the man who will be the late replacement. I do thank you all very much for that. I was wondering why he was out there for the national anthem. So that makes a lot more sense now. Didn't quite put 2 and 2 together there, but now Malcolm Marks currently 30 minutes out here for South Africa. Almost stolen in the lineup, but taken very nicely there by the box. And a Malcolm Marks at the back now looking for the rolling maul opportunity here, 68 minutes into this game. And they have still got 12 minutes to try and get themselves that bonus point. And if they were to do so, it would be the perfect time to do it as well. We'll receive the full 5 points rather than the 4. Still marching forward here is the Springboks once again. Joining the mauls correctly here are the big Pumas forwards, trying to slow it down, but the Pumas just not quite able to stop the box from marching. They are still going. It's going to be an advantage as well. Or I believe that it's actually going to be, yes, it is an advantage. So they have got a good opportunity of being able to either kick this one for the corner or go for a bit of a cross kick, perhaps could be an option. Elton Yankees went out to Upper Lilifasi a little bit earlier on in the match, and it worked. Elton Yankees now taking contact, tackled by Rodrigo Bruni, going short side. Reinach now going himself, almost tackled a little bit. And he was going to be Bertrand there, making the tackle on him. Yankees now playing up back, gives it to Marvin Ori, only been out on the field for a very short amount of time. Kwar Smith taking a big bit of contact there. He has stayed down for a little bit of time. He is back up. He looks a little bit wobbly. He's going, yeah, mate, I'm all right. I take head knocks all the time. And I just keep on getting outclassed. He is a beast indeed. And do South Africans actually know where the word rand originated from? I don't actually, or maybe they do. I'm not sure. I know that I certainly don't, but one New Zealand dollar is 10.37. A South African rand says it is Cameron as well. And New Zealand dollar, not USA dollar, says Leon. And we have got South Africans. Sorry, I read that one. And Hendricks as well says Johannes. And also we have got, okay, let's move on from the 5 New Zealand dollar to rand. It's not really related to the rugby, says Life Starts. Although we have had a donation in rand before, so I feel like I need to start working out that kind of exchange rate in that regard. And we have also got there, comes from the rand where all the gold was from as well. It says Life Starts, and also we have got, I thought you wanted to move on because it wasn't related to rugby. And also we have got Doing Good Bok as well, says Lynn. And at this stage now, we have just hit a milestone on the channel, which we have never hit before. And I want to thank every single one of you for tuning in. We have got, for the first time ever, 1,000 people watching at once. That is absolutely insane. I do thank you all very much for being here. If you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But now Malcolm Marks once again with this rolling more opportunity, not going anywhere. They have been told to use it once, about to be told to use it twice. It has indeed. It's almost going to become an auction, or else they are going to have to go off the back. It is Malcolm Marks now driving at the line. Close, still a line crawling forward there. Only going to be a metre short. Who wants it? Reinach around the side, decides to pass it off. Vincent Koch tackled low. Great tackle there, but it's an advantage against Argentina once again. Reinach looking like he is going to be passing it out. Elton Yankees with the white ball. No, go short instead to Jesse Creel. And they are only going to be inches from the line here. Once again, the Springboks, can they get themselves that bonus point for now? It's going to be in the hands of it will be Duprea with a good run for Reinach going short side. Lobby ball up a Lele Fassi. You can't stop that man from scoring, and it's another try to South Africa. And that now ticks up the bonus point for now. So we will have to wait and see whether or not it will be in that situation of possibly ending up. Don't know. It's going to be interesting. I will have to add another one for Abelele Fassi. So now Argentina, they haven't been able to score yet in this match, but they will have to find a way over the line if they do want to cancel out that bonus point of South Africa. We will have to wait and see, though. We have got to take a screenshot of the 1009 watching live. Otherwise, no one will believe you. Also, good for future reference to keep your record as well, says Life Starts. And yeah, we've never had 1,000. I think our most has been 900, I think, if I'm not wrong, leading up to this point, which is absolutely awesome. As well, can you please just commentate, says Brian. I will try my best to keep you guys informed with the game, as well as I always talk to the chat while we are going, but it was taken nicely by Abelele Fassi down the wing. And because of it now, it does mean that there is going to be another opportunity for the Boks to add more points to the board. I'm going to get the phone out and take a little screenshot there of that one. That is absolutely awesome. And I never expected this live stream. Oh, it's going to be going upstairs. TMO. Poor decision, should have gone for the try as well, says Cameron. And the first time here, and love it. Well done on 1,000 marks, says Marius. Thank you very much, mate. Do appreciate you all being here for the first time as well. We've got a lot of new viewers, which is absolutely awesome. And yeah, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers at the moment. They are going upstairs. Is this going to be the bonus point cancelled out? We'll have to wait and see. And it is not 78 minutes through this match, I will mention straight away. It is still sitting around that 70-minute mark. So they are just a little bit too keen at this stage on flash score. But we are still a little while away. They're just seeing whether or not he crawled forward here, Malcolm Marks. Did make quite a few meters once he was on the ground. But it's whether or not they consider that as to be a double movement. I think they may go back for the one. We're going to have to wait and see. Russell, has said congratulations on 1,000 plus. Thank you very much, mate. And we have also got probably because so many South Africans love their rugby as well. And we have got, I doubt here, any Argentina or Argentine fans. I think we had a few throughout this one. And at this stage now, Malcolm Marks, it's crawling forward. So it's whether or not it's enough of a crawl forward to be considered double movement. Okay, they were given a penalty afterwards for offside. This is going to be taken back. This is going to be no try because of the double movement here. So Abelele Fassi not able to score a second try of the match, and they are going to be going back now. Just the 2 tries for South Africa. They are still in the hunt for the bonus point. But Malcolm Marks there with the double movement. We have also got Leonard has decided to become a channel member. Thank you very much, mate. It is hugely appreciated. And at this stage now, you will have access to exclusive emojis in the chat and also access to exclusive live streams when we do start them up. You also get your name in green with a little logo next to it, as you can see just here. So it does mean now that you do look a little bit more unique in the chat. And still time for another BBB. Yeah, they have still got plenty of time, South Africa, but if it doesn't quite work out for them, they will possibly regret some of the decisions earlier on to decide to not take on the 7-pointer rather than the 3. And we have Oscar will take the win as well, says Nelson. And also we have got the I just subscribed from Live Starts. Thank you very much, mate. And it is hugely appreciated, all you guys who have been hitting that subscribe button, and also all you guys who have been tuning in, week out. And it is absolutely awesome. And hopefully we will see you next week for this match. We are going to be covering it as well as every other game that is happening in the world of international rugby. I think the week after that, we're going to have USA versus Canada, which is a bit of a unique one. But now it's going to be Rodrigo Bruni, 40 meters out from the line here, Argentina. And they are going to be trying to find their way over the try line one more time. Or, sorry, I should say for a first time. Haven't actually been able to find it yet. They've got 12 points, but they are all from penalties taken by Nicolas Sanchez now. And at this stage now, it's going to be Santiago Mirano getting one of his first carries of this one. Going to be once again Pablo Matera, still 40 meters out. Good tackle there from the man who has just made his way out onto the field. Stain, I believe it was. And he has replaced Elton Yankees in this one. Going to Domingo Miotti. Quick hands here for Argentina. Looking good down the wing, but it is going to be in the hands of Choco Perez. And wasn't quite able to get through that tackle. Now it's going to be Alemano. I believe, if I wasn't wrong there, who was getting the carry. Oh, it's going to be an interception almost taken by Stain, but he wasn't quite able to hang on to it. Could have been possibly an interception try there. It is an interception try, but because of the knock-on, they're going back. Tell you what, that was close for Apalele Fussy. He is trying to get himself his second, but he just hasn't quite been able to get it. The two last times that he could have had that opportunity, it would have ended up being in that situation of being disallowed. You must have South African friend with your pronunciation of South African surnames and words as well. I have had a little bit of help in the past. But yeah, it is pretty much the way that I kind of learned them. It sounds probably like a weird way of putting it, but pretty much I wrote them down in kind of Kiwi, I guess you could say Kiwi slang, or not really Kiwi slang, but Kiwi pronunciations, and kind of worked on it from there. So the likes of, I guess, what's a good name to do that for? Maybe Yankees. I actually had it kind of as Yun and then Keys, like Keys, as in like the key to start the car. And then from there, kind of work on it from there. That was a bad example because the fact I already knew how to say his name. But like for these other ones in the 4-pack as well, have been a little bit tough. The way I've got there is the scoreboard right. It is right in regards of the it's weird. I think it has actually skipped forward. So maybe there is going to be a try for the Box coming very soon, unless they have not actually updated it. It is going to be an advantage here for Argentina. So that is actually wrong. So what I will do quickly is we will update this so that it doesn't have the wrong scoreboard up. For some reason, Flash Score have had a bit of a shocker throughout this match. We are currently 74 minutes through, and it is 27 points to South Africa and a total of, it is 12 to Argentina. So what we will do is we will go like this, and we will switch us back over to just ourselves while we have got this for a moment. We have got there. But yeah, at this stage, it is 27 to South Africa and 12 to Argentina. And thanks for joining the commentary. Hi to my son, Paul John in Auckland as well. So he is only a few hours up the road from myself. Of course, a plane ride as well in that situation. But yeah, shout out to your son, Paul. We have got there. Hey, you say it well enough as well, says BBB. And also we have got, did Eben punch anybody? Not yet. But who knows? Maybe later on. The night is still young. And there we go. But now is going to be in the hands of Rodrigo Bruni, driving forward just onto the 22 now for Argentina. They are looking like a side who really want to get themselves a point or just a try in this one, but it's a knock-on. Once again, away green. That was a knock-on? I thought it was a knock-on. If I'm not wrong, they will be going back if they score a try. Yeah, that one has got to be a knock-on, is it? No, it's still going sideways. And because of it now, it is going to be in the hands of Domingo Miotti. Currently 30 meters out from the line, trying to place the ball there. But straight on and was Nkosi. Now it's going to be in the hands once again of Bertrano. Going to be passing it off. I've done a lot of tongue rolls today, I've heard. Into this one, all quick hands from Domingo Miotti. Bounce pass there to Carreras, gives it out now. Into the hands of the man in number 23, whose name I couldn't pronounce to save myself earlier on. So it is best not to try it now, unless he scores a try, of course, but it's going to be another knock-on against Argentina. Kick downfield from Francis Stain now. And that is a very good kick downfield. Bouncing into touch. Oh, it's going to be. Is it? No, it's killed right back in the field of play, or has it? I swear that one touched the touchline, so that almost was in the situation of being a 50-22 for the first time. Into this one, let's get the bonus come on. Says and we have also got that in there in the chat. Okay, they have actually updated it back, so we can put it back to the actual scoreboard, and it says 80 plus, but we have still got a total of 3 more minutes left in this matchup as well between these two sides. Don't cry for me. Argentina go back as well, says Reginald, and also we have got how much time left at this stage. We have got 3.5 minutes. I believe they are just checking whether or not this was a 50-22. It did touch the line just outside of the 22, but if it was inside of that 22, would have been that situation of it becoming a line-out throw for the Springboks, but instead it is going to be in that situation of it going back it's actually going right back for a scrum inside of the 22 here. And Argentina at this stage, they haven't given away a bonus point up against the Springboks, which is absolutely huge for them. Only 3 minutes left in this one. Tackles made 112 by South Africa and 89 by Argentina in this one as well. We have what's got there. No, that's a good example. How you or how to say thank you very much by a donkey as well, says Mr. Wilson. So I feel like it's a weird, like I guess it's kind of one of those ones that, like I guess different systems kind of work for different kind of names, if that makes sense. And I guess it's one of those ones that it's the easiest way, or it's found for myself that it was kind of the best way of being able to pick up on those names. Not hard to learn South African name pronunciation with all the South Africans living in New Zealand as well, says Life Starts. And also we have got there into the chat, come on Argentina, get a try. Would be nice to see them get one in this match, but of course now we're in that situation of they are going to be marching forward, and it will be the line out. It looked like it was going to be a scrum inside of the 22, but then now they have decided to march forward. It was just the fact that we're all having drinks. And it is going to be the line out now for Argentina. My favorite song, Original, as well, by a donkey, as well, says Liam Lloyd. And also we have got thanks, says Benny, and also time left, says Jamie. We have currently got 2 minutes left in this one, just outside of the 22 now. And it will be the kick. Or it is going to be in the hands now of Fun Start, and it was going to be Bertrano now trying to make the tackle. Has been able to drag him down 10 meters short here for the box. And they are going to be going short side. Jaden Hendrickson, he scores the try. He has landed on his face, but that's going to be the bonus point for South Africa right at the last minute of this match now. How does South Africa get a line out? They kicked it out, says Rio Gamer. That is a good question. I think it may have been, it was outside of the 22, so I'm not sure what the call was there in that regard, but it is Jaden Hendrickson who has been able to score that try. We will just go with it for now, and we will work out a little bit after on Come On Box as well. Says it was Orotalwe, and also Don't Try For Me Argentina as well. We have got Come On Box, says Jamie, but that one is going to be the bonus point for South Africa now. And now they are just trying to increase that points differential. Currently 20 points difference in this one. And we have also got there, come on, as well in the chat from Fresh. And yes, from it was Bulumko. Hopefully I pronounced that one correctly as well. And yes, thanks, Bok, says Colin. And thank you, says Awam. Everyone is happy for the Springboks at this stage. They have received that bonus point. Believe they are just checking that one. No, they have decided it was a try. Jaden Hendrickson, he was called in late. I have been informed by you guys in the chat because of Herschel Yankees pulling out. But now he is in that situation of he was able to score that one. And it was a very nicely done indeed. But I will mention anyone who is new to the channel, we are currently sitting with 1,000 people viewing. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is hugely appreciated you guys all being there. If you do follow podcasts as well, that link in the pinned comment is for our Rugby Down Under podcast that it is called. It is me and an Australian, and we talk all things world rugby each week on a Wednesday. But that one, that's going to be a high kick here. Almost taken by Nkosi. Little knock on, though, unfortunately for the man. No, he was actually able to retain it, or regain it, I should say, before even hitting the ground. That is incredibly impressive from that man. Now it's going to be kicked in behind by Mornay Stain, going for the kicking game here. It's going to be claimed there by Argentina, though, and they want to find their way over the try line. 20 seconds left at this stage in this game. They have decided to kick it high instead, so I would think if the Springboks can claim this one, or everyone's getting taken out, and it's going to be Argentina who have won that penalty there. I'm getting more positive now. I'm so positive. I'm even hitting on drunk ladies out of my league as well, says Life Start. And also we have got I'm Not Happy. I'm an Archie Parchie as well, says Max Power. And also well done, Box, in the chat. And massive kick, says Rio Game. And also we have got there, sorry, Max, says and also Liquor Man, very liquor, says Bogum as well. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. But now Argentina, they're going to have another opportunity. What a kick that is. And now they're going to be 5 meters out. If they get a try here, it means that they are going to be able to cancel out that bonus point of the Springboks. This is going to be a nervous minute or two for you guys in the chat who are going for South Africa, wanting that bonus point. If they get that bonus point, they will be tied for first with New Zealand. But then, of course, the points differential just goes in the favour of the All Blacks in that regard. But 10 meters out now, and it is going to be a huge opportunity for Argentina to possibly get themselves their first try of this match. We will have to wait and see, though. We have what's got there. Hamish, your pronunciation of Afrikaans is impressive, especially when you roll the R's as well. I absolutely love rolling the R. That is for sure. That's going to be claimed there by Argentina. And now they are in the situation getting driven towards the touchline. It has gone down. It's going to be off the back now for their number 16. But he is going to be almost out of it. Jaden Hendrickson only a couple meters short now for Argentina. This could be to cancel the bonus point, which would be absolutely huge for them. But straight on the ball there, one of the South African players. They were almost able to use it now. It's going to be around the sides. If it is going to be the man in the number. Oh, he's dropped the ball there over the line there. And because of it now, it is going to be put down by Trevor Nakanye. And that is going to be the end of this game. And in the end, was a very close one. I need to add Jaden Hendrickson to the try scorer sheet as well. But he was able to score it. Was the first try since the 19th minute. But Argentina just not able to get over the line up against the Springboks. And that now means that 20 points is the difference at full time. And I will quickly put down Jaden Hendrickse as well as one of the try scorers in this one for South Africa. Was very nicely done indeed. The bonus point, they were very calculated. They didn't seem in any hurry. South Africa worked out for them here. And because of it, they will be sitting in second on the Rugby Championship pool, just only 12 points difference behind New Zealand, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Or actually, it will be 16 points difference for the points differential. I will quickly add Hendrick's name there. I believe it was in the 78th minute that try was scored as well, and we'll quickly add that one to the score sheet. And we have got well done, Bok, as well, says Smart Dog, and also we have got bonus time as well, says Fresh. And look, I tell you what, the chat is going extremely quickly now that the game is over. I'm glad you guys have all enjoyed this live stream. Like I mentioned, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. The 3 tries in this match scored by South Africa, which gave them the bonus point. It was Kobus Reinach, Abelele Fassi. He had 2 turned down ones in the end, but now it is also the late try of Jaden Hendrickse, which did get them that bonus point. Great, Hamish, great commentary. Well, thanks, Hamish. Sorry, says Russell. And we have also got Hamish. This must be the craziest chat session ever. It has certainly been going quick for me, that is for sure. But I have loved every single second of it. And yeah, like I mentioned, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you don't want to become a channel member, get access to those exclusive emojis. Definitely, when the chat is going as quick as it is, I do try and read every single message. And that little emoji next to the name, it comes up in green as well. So it does make it just that little bit easier to read them as they are flying by. We have also got there All Blacks equals Springboks equals 5 points as well, says Sebastian. They do indeed. So I will quickly, while we are here, I will put up how we are sitting at the moment. So this will change a lot. It is going to be now South Africa. They will be sitting on 5 points as well, and they will be plus 20 for the points differential. So they are doing very decently in that regard of it being able to work their way towards the All Blacks, who will still just be in first, but it is certainly going to be very close between these two sides, that is for sure. But nonetheless, I think at this stage, we are also going to have plans of transferring over to a post-match review. If that is something you guys are keen to see, we will go through all of the stats of this match and also just have a quick look at everything that did happen in this one as well. But we have got a whole heap of people in the chat. I do appreciate every single one of you for being here as well. And we have also got Katie Dixon supports every team, Aussies, Kiwis, Box, what else, Barcelona as well. Says fantastic charisma. And also we have got, thanks, Hamish, that was awesome, says Daryl Robertson. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate, as well. And we have got in there in the chat, I believe someone actually said something about my voice, whether or not it does run out, if I'm not wrong, but it was going extremely quick in the chat. I don't think, oh, here we go. How much do we need to pay to be able to add voice messages here as well, says Live Starts. I don't know whether or not YouTube actually have that as an option, but something I would like to do at some stage with our channel members is somehow do like a meeting, or not a meeting, that sounded very formal, but some sort of kind of group type arrangement type thing where we can just have a chat about rugby for a little while. I just made the wrong thing disappear, unfortunately. We will go like this and we will go like this, and then you guys can see the score into this match. Thanks for the commentary, much appreciated from the UAE, says Tabiat as well. And also we have got always a good time listening. Thanks, brother, says Oliver. And also thank you very much. Well done, mate, says Reginald as well. We have got their post-match review, says Sebastian. He is looking forward to it. Hopefully a few of you other guys will be tuning in for that one as well. So what, something that I can do, if I'm not wrong, well, we have still got all of you guys here. I will get a couple of the stats up, as well as set that one to public so that you guys are able to carry straight over to that post-match review that we will be doing straight after this one. It should be a very exciting one to look at as well, this match. It was interesting. I feel like it was one of those ones, it kind of went the way that I expected, but also there were moments that were kind of a little bit unexpected. Like, I know Argentina, they love going for threes, but I didn't expect them to go for as many as they did kind of in those later stages of that first half. I thought that they would have been going for the corner at some stage, but instead they kept on back in that three. And in the end, this didn't quite work out for them in the end. Right, we will go like this and we will go like this one moment, ladies and gentlemen, while we are getting up some stats. And we have got there AB South Africa game. You're going to break your viewership record as well, guaranteed as well, says Live Starts. Although it does depend, because I guess because I am an All Black, or I guess I say All Black supporter, but I'm really pretty much impartial in terms of these international sides. So it's one of those ones that maybe it would end up in the situation of people from South Africa. Some of you guys may not watch my live stream because of the fact that you may think that I'm kind of the enemy in the situation, but it's one of those ones. I always call games down the middle as they are. And yeah, it's going to be very exciting to see how this next match between Argentina and South Africa go. I feel like it could also be a very close game between the two sides. We have also got looking forward to the post-match review. Excellent unbiased views from this and this morning's commentary as well, says Talana. Yeah, we've done a lot of them today. That's for sure. This was our 5th live stream of the day. We are about to tick over to the 6th as well, once we do end up getting this one finished and going on to the post-match review. So we have got plenty of action happening on the channel in the next kind of half an hour to an hour. We will just be talking all about the game as it did happen. And I am just getting up some stats here now for you guys as well. Double movement, no try. As well says Cameron, it was indeed. It did, and we have got your commentary as unbiased. Says Leon Adams. Yeah, he ended up in that situation of being in that situation of 2 disallowed tries for Apalele, unfortunately, just getting so close yet so far away twice. But he was able to get the try from the cross kick of Elton Yankees, which in the end was very nicely done. But they are shown there. Couldn't have been any other man getting man of the match other than Jesper Wiese for this one, because he was absolutely phenomenal in that number 8 duty. He just didn't give up throughout that whole match. And it's exactly what you want to see from a number 8. Definitely off the back of a scrum. Dangerous man indeed. And it was very exciting to watch. And I'm not sure how many meters he would have carried, but we are going to get that on the post-match review as well for this one. And what we will do now is if I go like this and we go like this, we will set it to schedule for, it will be 5:05 a.m. Hopefully it allows me to do it that soon for the post-match review. There we go. We will go like this and we will go like this, and it should be created now. So what I can do is I can put the link in the chat for the next live stream that we are going to be starting up. And then from there, you guys will be able to transfer straight over to that next one and be waiting for it to start in only 5 minutes time as well, which is going to be a very exciting indeed, because of the fact we are going to get to have a little bit more of an in-depth chat about all of the fixtures, all of the matches that are going to be taking place, not just for the games of South Africa and Argentina, but also in the whole situation of the Rugby Championship. Who is your mum as well? Oh, man of the match, I think that is from Gavin. And I had to tell you what, Jesper Wiese, I don't think I could have picked it any better myself. He was absolutely great in this matchup. I'm not sure how many meters he had, but he would have had at least 60 for sure. And he just kept on going in this game. And it is exactly what you love to see from a player. We're actually sitting on 294 likes. So I will ask you guys, we have still got 500 people watching. Let's see. Earlier on today, we hit our new record of the most likes on a live stream. We hit 302 for our All Blacks versus Wallabies match. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. Let's see if we can smash that record out of the park and already break it in just the very first game since that last match that we did do. That would be absolutely insane. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. It'll be absolutely incredible. 300 likes, says Katie Dixon. We are already ticking up. So what I have done is I have now made it that it is going to redirect you guys after this live stream finishes straight away. It is going to cut it off and go straight onto that next live stream, which is going to be our post-match review. I believe I have pressed the right button anyway, but I will also put it in the chat for you guys. It's 4 tries for the bonus point, not in this competition. For the Rugby Championship, it is 3 or more tries than your opponent. So in the end, the Springboks able to score 3 tries and the Pumas not able to score any. So that means now that they are in that situation of receiving that bonus point, and they will be sitting on 5 points now, just behind the All Blacks, who are in first due to the points differential. And love your unbiased commentary from Cape Town, South Africa, as well, says Sharon. So thank you very much for tuning in. Colombia here as well. Not much interest in rugby here. Actually, the girls play better than the boys as well, says Neil. And that is one thing. I don't think I've ever seen Colombia play rugby. So maybe that is something for the bucket list as well. And we have also got there, KG, I gave him like, but I gave you one as well as his live starts. And also we have got there, 11J said, you are 100% correct, buddy. Earlier on, I will find that comment. It was South Africa needed the bonus point. It will only get harder for them now with away games here, but they were able to just sneak it as well. So they have done extremely well there for the Springboks to be able to get that bonus point win. And it is going to make it very interesting heading forward into the later stages. We have got one that's kind of view as well, says Katie Dixon, and also like from Willie. So we've flown up in the likes now, and all of a sudden our record, I've just seen it, we're on 325, ladies and gentlemen. We went up about 30-something likes in about probably a minute, if that. Now we're up to 327. It's still going. It's going closer to 350 at this stage. And anything for my future wife, says live starts as well. We're gonna win Bok as well, says Caitlin. So at this stage, it's going to be interesting to see that game between the All Blacks and the Springboks. I know that that's going to be the battle of the ages, the 100th test match between the two sides as well. One more chance for the bonus point at home next week for the Bockies as well, says Sammy Sizer. And yeah, if they can receive that bonus point next week as well, they will be sitting relatively comfortably going in to New Zealand, into Australia. They aren't actually going to be playing in New Zealand no more. Unfortunately, I don't believe. We're up to 339. It's still going at this stage. It is flying up in terms of those likes. And I do thank you all very much for that. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. We are sitting only 2 minutes away from our post-match review. So what we will be doing in the chat here, just arrived like for the hell of it as well, says Mr. Lincoln. Thank you very much, mate. Or Mr. Lincoln Park Rules is the name there. And the rules were only recently changed to 3 as well, says Cameron. Yeah, so in this competition, they have also got 50-22s that we didn't get to see too many of them in this one. I have another like on me, pal, says Tick Boy. Thank you very much, mate. We're on 346 at this stage, 343. It's going up like crazy at this stage. And it's just kept on growing. So that's the thing. Our highest likes that we've ever received on a live stream was 300. And that was the live stream that we did between the All Blacks and the Wallabies. Now we've got to somehow get another 50 on top of that in our next one if we ever can hit another like goal, because we're on 350 at the moment, which is absolutely awesome. And I do thank you all very much for that. The game plan is what is working always and will always win, says Walter. Yeah, they waited till the final moments to score that last try, but it seemed calculated the whole time with the way that they were going. I'm not surprised there weren't any 50-22 kicks as well, says Sammy Sosa. I thought with the kicking game of South Africa that they have been using in that British and Irish Lions game, I thought they may have tried to attempt maybe one or two somewhere in there, but they didn't quite go for it. Predictions for South Africa versus New Zealand. Talk to me as well, says I don't give media. I feel like that one splits people. A lot of people saying that the Box will win it. A lot of people saying the All Blacks will win it. But one thing is for sure, it's going to be a good game for the 100th match between the two sides. Although you're All Black, I will support a good commentator, as you, Hamish, says, Leon. And that's the thing. I feel like I'm a little bit, like, kind of, I guess you could say, easier to support than some other, I guess you could say, like, kind of national team supporters, because of the fact I am pretty much down the middle for every game. Like, I'm pretty impartial. So it does make it a little bit easier. Like, when there's a guy who is, like, well and truly one-sided, it does mean unless you're like from the country that they are supporting, it does make it very tough to be able to get behind them, kind of thing, if that makes sense. But yeah, I am pretty much 50-50. This is a 50-50. South Africa, no walkover, says live starts. Yeah, it's a tough game. But now what we are going to be doing, I do see now that we have reached 505. So we are going to be switching straight over into our next live stream. And that is going to be the one that it will redirect you guys to straight after this one ends, and then we will be starting up our post-match review, and hope to see you all there for that one as well. But I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and also leave a like, and we will see you all in only a minute's time for our next post-match review of the match between the Springboks and the Pumas.